Welcome everybody to tonight's Let's Build. Tonight we are focusing on 2K4 Playbook building. It is a different process. We'll see some new plays, some new formations tonight. We'll see all the different things that we might be able to do with audibles and subs and all sorts of stuff. And then we'll, hopefully, time permitting, get to see these teams in action a little bit. Hit the field and just kind of see how it all works. With me tonight, I have Drew Riley from Motor City, and I've got Mel Davis from Portland. Drew, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. Mel, what's shaking?
It's all good, Cam. Appreciate you inviting me to play a role in this, and looking forward to see how it all unfolds.
Are you guys all set for this week? No playbook deadline is later tonight.
Yeah, it's still in process, but finalizing some things.
Always in process, but getting there.
You get to run some sims while we're doing this and looking at these different playbooks and things like that. So, looking forward to that. Let's see. I want to make sure that we are all streaming good. We are. So, this is going to be a little bit interactive for the audience, but also it's just a good on-demand kind of guide to get a sense of how this is all going to work, just for the public out there, or what we're going to be talking about tonight. These are some of the playbook rules we have in store for 2K4. Every playbook's going to have a minimum of 230 total unique plays in it. We'll be building that tonight, and then teams turn in a playbook this week. They have an opportunity to change up their subs and audibles and all that stuff. It comes into the league puts it in, and then we get the games going. So, with that being said, let's start to build a brand new book. One thing that I should note is, for those of you watching out there, we do have, if you missed the post, we do have a 2K4 playbook catalog that we posted in our Discord server, and that showcases all of the formations and teams and all the different plays and unique things. So we're going to be looking at that tonight throughout the broadcast as well, and Mel and Drew have that at their disposal too. So let's start with Mel. What book would you like to start with as the default book for tonight?
Let's go pull the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, and why the Bills?
Well, a little tribute to the Bills. Unfortunately for the Bills fans, that the team has gone home, but Buffalo has a pretty dynamic offense. I liked a lot of the play formations that they had in their book that are somewhat similar to what we have in 2K8. So I thought it'd be neat to kind of keep some of the familiarity in play, even though it does have some different plays. See if these plays will actually work better than what we saw in our 2K8 brand.
All right. So with that being said, let's go through this book, and if there's anything of note. Mel, I'm just going to kind of scroll through plays, and you just stop me when you have something to talk about, or
Okay.
when you want to talk about something. Outs and goes. It's something different.
Yeah, definitely something different there than what we've seen, and especially when you talk about 2K8, when some of the go routes are covered very differently in 2K8. Be interesting to see how they play out here in this game. Weak tosses are something that we tend to shy away from to some degree in our current game system. So it'd be interesting to see how well these actually work. Do the blocking schemes play out as we would want them to? So that's interesting to talk about.
Drew, you can also chime in while we're through this building playbook process. You can see over there on the right that this playbook comes with 43 formations. You cannot remove a formation in a book, but you can add to it. So Mel will have the opportunity to add 7 new formations tonight on either side of the ball. And then right now, the playbook has 240 unique plays in it. So he's going to be able to add or delete things. Once we go through the book, we'll come back to things and see what he may want to add or remove here tonight. Weak crossbuck. I was talking with another coach in the league, talking about how that's like middle school terminology. With it's just a simple kind of cutback thing, but it's something that we didn't see in 2K8 either.
Yeah, you saw something similar though. The kind of the weak counters, the guards would pull. Sometimes the tackles and guards would pull, not so effectively. You'd see guys come up to make a block and just go right by him, and that's what I'd be interested to see how well that plays out too. A lot of those type of plays.
If you're new to coaching, we're going to show later tonight a comprehensive 100-plus page guide that is actually within the game that teaches you what dotted lines mean, what the lines stemming off the offensive lineman mean, what a pull looks like, what a bump looks like, that kind of things. And so that's going to be a good tool for teams to utilize if people are new and kind of want to get into the coaching side of things. So we'll take a look at that as well. Okay, so we got iPro, we got iTwins, got a hot route there. 90Z hot out of the slot. Double follow. Is that similar to anything in TK?
That's a new terminology. I'd say it might be somewhat similar to your red floods.
Yeah.
Where everybody's kind of doing out routes or coming across the field. And then your play action plays.
I'm excited about these play action rollout plays, guys.
Me too.
These things, not only do they work, but they're really unique in concept.
Yeah, most definitely. We can't really utilize them as much as we'd like to in our current system. So it'll be interesting to see how well those play out too.
You got your 90F speed out. We're used to things like that, but it's not necessarily. Drew, we were talking about this the other day, how you could have iTwins 90F speed out in 2K8, but it doesn't necessarily look exactly like this.
Yeah, exactly. For example, if we go to another playbook in this game that has iTwins with 90F speed out, it might have a different entire first read option. Or it might even have different routes, such as, instead of, I don't know about this play in particular, but they might have like the fullback running like a swing route in one play, but then have him on a pass block in another play, in another version of that play.
Right. So just because something is necessarily the same name doesn't mean that it's necessarily the same play. I'm excited about draws too, because they seem to be much more effective, and so that's going to be good to try to eliminate some pass rush or some blitz packages or things. Jason in the chat says 2K8 has so many routes where the runner is in slow motion, negating the usefulness of the route. So that's an interesting note from him. Got a roll away in here, XZ verts, toss reverse.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at. I've seen some kind of, it's almost kind of like jet sweep stuff from wide receivers, but I'm interested to see because this game does not designate what is considered a trick play or not, and if they get run, right? Be nice to see some of that stuff get run tonight. All right, going to I spread, 90 Y quick slant, YZ deep cross. We've seen similar things like that. Deep drag.
Yep.
Strong power, right? We know all about that in 2K8. PAROZ stop and go. I could see this play, right? It's a great play design because you're having to, the safety's got to make a decision, right? One guy's stopping and then the other guy's taking off.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting too because without the animations playing a role, and you have quarterbacks now that are based strictly on their attributes, you don't have an animation that enhances a guy's ability to have a play action or something that looks to draw the defense in. So it'll be interesting to see how those plays actually unfold with success or not.
Yeah, Damon Simeon in the chat asks, is the number 270 the max number of plays that you can have? So that's 270 unique plays, meaning that if you have 30 strong ISOs in your playbook, it will only count it as 1 against the total play count. Now, you may run out of memory. You can see the memory usage there, right? The more plays you add. But the total play count is counting unique plays in this game, not total plays in this game. So often in the SFL today, teams run the same play multiple times at multiple different formations, and it counts as one individual play every time they add it. In 2K4, it's only going to count 1 time. So you're going to have to be more diverse in your book. There's a play we know and love, 90x lob fade. Has anybody seen this play in action to see if they get a spring in their step off the ball like they do at 2K8? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. No, I haven't witnessed that yet.
Drew, you have any? You seen anything like that?
I'm actually not a huge user of lob fades, so I haven't had that opportunity.
Gotcha. X wheel. That's something we don't that we haven't come across.
No, wheel routes. That's actually definitely different.
Yeah, the closest thing to the wheel route is the 50 tight end wheels that we have in 2K8.
Yeah, right.
And those, I've tested those a lot in multiple formations, and they don't always do so hot because the quarterback will always wait for that wheel route to develop before dumping it off to any other route, in my experience. So I'm curious to see how that's used.
Joshua Paul asks if every team will have I-form in their book and will all players be able to have attributes go to 99. Not all attributes will have 99. It depends on what the game determined the mins and maxes would be realistically based on the coding. But in terms of the playbooks, it's going to depend on what playbook you select. Now, all the playbooks in this game do have some sort of I formation. So you're going to see teams have, essentially your standard football packages, but the game is so diverse in all the different plays that it has within those packages that that's where you're going to see the diversity come out in gameplay. Okay, so we're going into Strong Eye now for this. This is the. What'd you pick? Is this the Bills, Mel?
Bills, yeah, this is Bills. That's correct.
Let's see. We got G-toss in there. We know all about that. We got a swing. But we also have some, of course, the shovel pass that we all know. Maybe Mel's going to take that out.
Hey, we need to see if it works. It might actually be legit.
Well, that's true. That's true. So we got the swings, but we also have the screens where they actually go out, and you can actually set up some blocks for that. PXC cross. Okay, now we're in some jokers here. These speed corners, are these fades? Is that the type of design here?
I don't think so. I think the X lob is more of a fade route. These speed corners remind me more of the corner routes that we see in our current game. I'm not sure how the distance at which they're running those will make a difference or not.
The closest equivalent to this play that we have in 2K8 is called like 90 tight end quick hitch, I believe, where it has anyone who's not the tight end running kind of like a quick post and a quick corner route. And so I'm curious to see that, since this is the first read, just how quick. Can you go back up to it?
Yeah.
Is it a 3-step drop, or is it an instant pass? And it seems to be a 3-step drop.
Right.
And so I'm curious to see how quickly the ball actually goes and leaves the hand and into that first read.
Yeah, I believe all the plays, and I could be wrong, but I believe all the plays identified as quick are your straight dropbacks, and then other things are 3, 5, or 7. I don't know 100%, but I think that's what that's saying.
Yeah, and probably hot as well.
Yeah, right. You got your double swing in there. We got another wheel route out of jacks. Some hook routes. These two formations, at least what's in here right now are very similar, but understand that if you have strong eye jacks out of Bills, you could also have strong eye jacks out of another team that has some different plays in it, and then you can go and actually get plays from another team and add it to your book. So you're not beholden to, if you have strong eye jacks, well, this is all that there's in there. Not necessarily, because other teams may share that book. There are some playbooks where only one particular team has it, but ROH dump is an interesting. That's a. What is that? Is that that's like a running back?
It's a little halfback dump. Yeah, exactly. Halfback's kind of doing a little out route coming back to the ball, and you see you got a lead blocker coming out. It's almost like a quick screen in a way.
Yeah, because then you got the left guard or the left tackle out there, kind of shielding that defensive end on that side.
Yeah, and with your quarterback rolling out, I mean, the whole purpose, if it works the way you'd want it to, he's rolling out, which should kind of shade some of your safeties and your linebackers to follow. And I think that's what's kind of setting the play up, getting him out of the pocket. So many times nowadays, the pressure gets so intense, it's hard to really roll your guys out because the rollouts don't work very well as we'd like them to. So it'd be interesting, again, to see if these kind of plays could change the dynamic for which some of that pressure come and move the pocket, if you will.
Jeremy said it's interesting to hear that you cannot remove a formation. You can, technically. You just have to utilize a different book that does not have that formation. We got a weak belly in here, the pulling guard.
Yeah, like a power.
Yep. Got another quick corner here just with some different route combinations. Got a fan ISO coming over from the other side. Real route from the F with a couple of routes on the right clearing out. So that's pretty interesting. A rollout hook route. Don't see that often in the SFL.
No, it'd be a nice play.
Let's see. We got speed under. We know all about that. I think I've seen this in 2K. 50 HF wheels. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just making that up.
It's almost like a wheels, but it's not. They block and then they go out to the flats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the closest
HF
thing
out.
we got. Yeah, that's the closest play we got. So I'm really curious to how those HF wheels actually work in this game, and if it works well, I will be one of the first to use them.
50Z rollaway, is that kind of like our 50X spot that people know and love, or are we talking something different there?
It looks a little similar. Yeah, there's some similarities to it, sure.
Now here's a sweep out of split. That's one of the things I've seen. One of the plays that you might see retired more quickly than others, right? That pulling guard has to pull so far, and the running back is just he's trying to follow that block, and it's a really tough assignment. Now, if you have a guard with some quickness and with some speed, then maybe that's something that's easier to execute.
Exactly.
Now we're in single back here. Here's some screens. Now I've definitely seen it seems like wide receiver screens are called, and I can't speak to the variousness of their effectiveness, but at least there's a variety of them in here.
Yeah, you'd like to see if those actually would work too, because again, you get those blitz packages, you got that quick screen. Yeah, that'd be a beautiful play to run. If you can get the blocking to go with it, it'd be interesting to see if that plays out as it shows.
There's that slip screen there from the outside. Doubles, slants and hitches. You got a swing route from the slot receiver there.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that that I recall that we utilize in 2K.
Inside screen there from that slot receiver. I don't think I've not seen the computer call like halfback passes, but again, it's not something that you can spam like you could in the all pro rules, because if you add 15 of them, you're only adding one, right? You're only adding one to the play total, so it really doesn't have a huge effect either way. A quick out. Deep slide. That's a
That's
unique
different.
route. We do see
Yeah.
that here in 2K4, and those are fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the play I want to look at the most because we don't have 50x spot in 2K4. That 50Z deep slide is the closest to that spot route. And so I'm wondering, it seems like it's not like it seems like it goes 10 yards, on that slant and then pulls out rather than the 5 yards that we see from the 50x spot. So I'm wondering if that's more effective or if it's a little less since it will take more time to develop.
The deeper route too, because he's actually running it to the hash marks, and I don't think he runs it that deep towards the line on the 50x spot. It's more of a 3-4
right.
step and quick back out.
Jason says there are tight end screens and wide receiver screens if the quarterback won't play it correctly in 2K8. Josh asked if there was a play minimum. 230 is the minimum there, so you can see we're at 240 now, but we haven't. We're just exploring this book. We haven't gotten into what Mel says. Take that out. I don't want to see that, or what he might want to add that is not currently in this book because there's a ton of formations elsewhere that he might want to take a look at. So PAX dump with a outside guy running a slam inside. Don't think I've seen anything like that. This 50 AZ cross is that route that the left bumper receiver is running is not something that is common in the SFL today. I don't think.
You mean in the? Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
It's almost like he's running to the hash.
So it's like a post go.
Field. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a post go. Yep.
There's your screen right there. You see all the pulling blockers that get out of there. Everybody clears out. Here's a bubble screen for the running back, which could be cool. Got a seam coming inside. There's your post corner that we know and love.
Mm-hmm.
There's your deep slide. Another slide out there. Toss counter. It's another bubble for the running back.
It'll also be interesting to see how well the counter plays work. They're a little more slow developing in 2K right now, where you can pull them off, but the blocking schemes don't match as well, so you typically get caught in the backfield.
Verts and flats with a post route from the B receiver. There's your strong flow. We see a little bit of that, but our rollouts are not typically utilized in our current game. High-low drags. Is there a similar play in 2K8 that you would equate that to?
Yeah, that's a 50 clear drags, I believe.
Yeah,
exactly. In 2K8. Can you go back to that 90Z arrow for me?
Yep.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the 90Z arrow looks a little bit different than what we're used to in 2K8. I believe instead, where the wide receiver is running a fade, in this version, I believe in 2K8, it's a post route, right? Or am I thinking of it wrong? I know either way that the tight end routes are a little bit different than what we typically see in 2K8.
It's also worth noting that this 90Z arrow may not be the same as all 90Z arrows. If we pull up the if we search for arrow plays, right, we have a 90 arrows in. I'm just looking for different 90Z arrow plays. We've got a tight triple 90Z arrow, and then we've got another tight triple. We've got a twins F spread 90Z arrow, right? And that could be a totally different combination of routes as well.
And that's where you're going to really create your diversity and the uniqueness of different playbooks, even though teams may utilize some of the similar formational aspects. I think it was noted that the primary receiver may change depending,
right.
even though it's the same, play call that you have.
Okay, now we're in shotgun now, so we're almost done with offense in this book, at least looking through it. There's another deep slide. Speed under, opposite flow.
Mm-hmm.
Another screen out of the gun. Everybody pulls. That could be interesting. It's also going to be interesting too, like what the computer does in the situation where it does call something like a gun doubles, right? Like I know that in 2K8, like you guys know that you know what formations it's going to call on a 3rd and 10, and you just can't afford to have a play that doesn't go 10 yards, right?
Correct.
Because it's not going to. So it's going to be interesting to see if you're going to have to work that similarly, or if by having more diversity within the formation, is it going to select 50 double cross over 90 Z tight end quick outs, right? Just to see how it deals with that in that situation. There's another swing route for slot receivers. Slide and go. How about that?
Is a new one. Yeah, how about that?
It's almost like when the Y runs a curl, right? The B is, you're intentionally crowding the area to confuse, and then you out and go. You need some
bait your
protection for that.
safeties and isolate your corner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Weak lead motion draw. What do you think about that?
I'd like to see that one in action. That's interesting.
Hey, look, gun straight.
There you go.
50A cross. That's a pretty interesting route. It's almost like a slant and drag in a way.
It's actually neat, Cam, if you think about it, because your typical 90L slants, you've got different level of receivers here, and then on the opposite side, you have a guy kind of doing a hook pattern, so it's giving that quarterback some options. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out too.
You got a quick screen in here for one of the receivers bunched over there. It's another deep slide. Straight X go. And then you've got you have 3 Hail Marys now. You can't select, you can't add or delete them. Like if I try to delete it, it won't let me. But at least you have some different options
right
in there. Okay, let's look at some defense. Every book's going to have a prevent defense. You can see what that prevent defense looks like in this game. It started us at the bottom. Thanks for that. So here you got your 4-3. You got all your stunts in here. You guys will be best to help me. I'm not as well versed on defense as I am on offense in terms of whether these plays are like plays in All Pro. Sting Blaze 0.
A little bit different, but
and you see the dotted line. The dotted line is a delayed blitz. That's what that means.
Correct. Yep.
But
that's a delay.
Blitzing in general, I feel like, guys, just because the quarterback AI is so does so well in terms of its decision making when you do blitz, like it will check it down immediately if it has a check down, but it'll also take a sack if it's got nothing open, and it's trying to find the open receiver, and the whole blitzing part of this is going to be most interesting to defenses. And Mel, you're an aggressive guy as well defensively, and so I'm sure this kind of stuff really excites you to see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. You'd like to see a little bit more of that, put pressure on some of these deep routes that we currently see in the SFL right now that would shut some of that down, legitimately getting to the quarterback or at least pressuring him or her to make some decisions.
All blitz 0. You want me to keep this in? You want me to take it out?
By all means, keep it in.
Okay. Okay. Four clouds strong.
Now there's a point here, because we're not calling the plays, for me defensively, and as I talk with Zeke, who's our DC at times, and I've talked with Al, and we've all talked about this. Sometimes I think you have to be careful with some of these plays because you're trusting that the AI is going to call it in the context of which you need it. But Lord, if he calls it wrong, it could be a to the house type of a situation. Now, guys out there may feel differently about it, but a lot of your strongs and weaks, I think they can be somewhat challenging to get them called when you need them. Right. If you're not actually doing it, you know?
For sure. I understand what you're saying there. Open cover 5. What would be the point of that?
I don't know. It's going to go bye-bye for me.
No, I'd absolutely keep it.
Oh, do you want me to keep it now? Okay.
You're welcome to keep it.
Yes, because I'm going against this playbook.
Okay. Well, people can test it out for themselves. We're a nickel now. This will also be an interesting test, right? We know that, and Mel, you've given it a shot, but corner blitzes are tough to execute. Can we? It feels like we'll see some gameplay too, but it feels like blitzing gets there faster, right? Like just in general. And so it can provide some more effectiveness, but we don't often see corner blitzes utilized in the league. For sure.
High risk, high reward.
Yep, high risk, high reward. Strong Spear 2H. You have something like that?
No, I've not seen anything like that.
So you're blitzing your slot corner, you're dropping your linebackers, and you're playing the flats.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that because you're leaving the middle of the field wide open. Now, what's interesting is that the range that it appears that those safeties are covering, in 2K, it gives this broader range, but for some reason they don't always do that, so it can get you in trouble. So that's an interesting one. If you got teams that love to throw that screen and you're able to cover that flat and blitz at the same time, just watch over the middle because it could be to the house.
4 jam strong. The linebackers are going to where the safety's vacated, and you're also running some press coverage as well. It's like a combination. Do we have any combinations like that outside of a two-bump?
I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
not
corners
on the same side.
Definitely not on the same side, unless we're counting weak combo zone or a strong combo zone or those types of plays that would have that, but I think it's weak combo zone. They have the safety, and in the case of the 3-3 and the 3-2, I believe it's one of the slot safeties as well.
And that's interesting.
While everyone else is in the zone.
That's interesting too, because the question is it your top 2 corners in the press coverage, and then your nickel back who's dropping in the zone? I have no idea. That one just looks like trouble.
What's interesting about it too is because you're able to move receivers around in formation subs, right? If you're scouting somebody, you may see that when they're running an offense with 2 receivers on one side, 1 on the other, what kind of routes are they running, and would man coverage or zone coverage be more effective against those?
Right.
And it could be a play that actually helps, depending upon what they like to do in those situations, it could be effective. One dog the dig. What?
Can I just say that
go ahead.
This play I've been starving for from 2K8, a cover 1 robber. We do not have a play like this that I'm aware of in 2K8, and this is exactly the type of play that I would utilize all the time if I could.
And why is that?
Because it effectively just covers, in my opinion, against the slants in the post, especially since this is from the dime, 4-1.
Yeah.
It just covers a lot of what we see being utilized a lot from from the 90 all slants and 50 XA posts.
Yeah, it protects that middle. I agree.
Yeah, if someone is really trying to hit in the middle of the field, you get your man coverage on the outside, and then now we have a middle blast 3, but is it
Yes.
middle blast 3 robber? Is there a big difference there?
I mean, you got your just your zone coverages. That's pretty similar.
Here's your dime 3-2. Now it's interesting. Some teams call it 3-2, and then some teams call it. It is technically all the same. It is, but some teams will call it just 3-2, and some teams will call it dime odd. So it just kind of depends on the team, but it really doesn't. It is all the same formation, and all the plays are organized. It's just the way that that it calls it. Double hard 1, double hard 2. There's your deep middle being left open. But if a team is not trying to go deep middle and they're trying to set up some kind of, screen to the outside or something, you're going to kill it with this.
Yeah, I mean, if the pressure gets
that
home.
double hard 1.
Say again.
Can you go?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that. Oh, okay, interesting. Because I didn't get to see. I thought the corners would be in a hard zone, and we only get like a cover 1 hard in 2K8 from the 4-4 formation, and so I was curious to how that looked.
3-3. There's a different variation of it. Same stuff. Strong force fire. There's a delayed blitz out of the slot. Tight fire. And then we're in our goal line. With all of the trimmings. Then here's your prevent. Here's all the different potential prevent defenses that could play, all that stuff. So, Mel, anything that you're just like, on either side of the ball, you're just like, this got to go. I don't have any.
Yeah, let's
desire or
go back
interest.
to offense real
Okay.
quick. Not to overdo some of those plays. Go back to offense and let me kind of scale up here real
Where'd you
quick.
see where did you see where it was kind of duplicating up?
Well, when I was saying, I should speak more clearly in the context of some of your play actions. We got play actions all over the place, right?
Okay.
And we do have to get down to what did we say again? 230? Was that it?
Yeah.
230. Okay. So in that context, and I haven't tooled around with this playbook a tremendous amount of time, but what I would say is, for example, in your iPro, let's just for the sake of pulling some plays out, scroll down to that play action counter pass. Let me see that real quick. All right. That's interesting. What about take out your play action X out and up. Let's just go ahead and take that for a second.
All right.
All right. So that takes us.
No, it's worth noting.
No,
Did you see?
because still be play action. It stayed.
It stayed
right?
because you have another play
Mhm.
by the same name in somewhere in this book.
How about
So
that?
because you didn't remove all of them, your play count didn't change.
How about
So
that?
there must be it was X out and up, right? So we can actually look.
I-twins. We have it in I-twins as well.
Right. So we can actually PAX out and up. We are in the Bills.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Right. So we got it in iPro, iTwins. Do we have it anywhere else? We don't. So if you wanted to take it out of iTwins,
Yeah, let's take it.
where is it? Am I crazy? Oh, there it is.
No, it should be there.
So we
right
take
after
it out,
toss
and
reverse.
your play count is going to go to 238. See, now it's gone because you removed all of those plays.
Now, what you just did to highlight those plays similarly,
Mhm.
it looked like you highlighted them throughout all the books, or was that
Correct.
something that... Okay,
Correct.
that's
So-
something we'll have the feasibility to do as well, or no?
Yes, so the
Okay.
document's been shared in that 2K4 update channel. And so
Right.
if you're looking for all the different types of PAX out and ups because maybe you want a different variation, you
Right.
could delete the two from the Bills, the iPro and iTwins, and you could actually go and see, well, is there a PAX out and up outside of I formation? And there is.
Right.
Weak I
Yeah.
twins in the Steelers book. So you can say, okay, well,
Okay.
I really like that variation the best. So
Right.
I'm going to go in. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say, do I have weak eye twins already in my book? So Bills, weak eye twins, no.
I don't think so.
If you wanted that variation of that play in this book, you would have to spend a formation in order to include it within the book. Make sense?
Okay. Yep. So if you added it, correct, or you would add the formation? Is that what you're saying? By adding it, would add the formation or no?
Correct. And
Okay.
then your formations would go to 44, right?
Got it. Yep.
What else you want to?
Just kind of tooling through here real quick. Why don't we go ahead and let's pull another play action. Let's go down to iJax.
Okay.
And there's a play action X delay drag.
All right, take that out.
Yeah, does that change
Okay.
anything? That means
Doesn't
it's somewhere
change it.
else.
That means it's somewhere else. So we can look that up. PAX delay drag. There's only 5 of those in the whole game. iJax and strong iJax in the Bills book. So you want it out of strong iJax as well?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it. Yeah.
Alrighty. Strong iJax. There it is. And now you're down to 237.
All right, still a ways to go. Let's go ahead down to Split Pro.
Okay.
Weak fullback sweep. And again, these are just arbitrary plays I'm pulling to.
Sure. That
One,
wasn't
it
the
helps
only
us to
one.
see where else they are. Exactly. So it kind of tests that theory too, right?
Weak fullback sweep. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for that diversity or you're trying to actually get your play count down, right, you're going to need to remove all of them. So you've got it in split pro, split twins, split spread. So that's that repetition that you're talking about.
Yep. Take that out.
Okay, so we're going to go to weak fullback sweep. And weak fullback sweep. Now you're down to 236.
236. Go ahead down to quads. Pull the flea flicker.
Okay. There it goes.
All right, 235. Let's see. And let's go ahead and pull doubles halfback pass.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure the halfback's ability to throw the ball would really fit into that
That's
situation.
true. There's actually a video on YouTube about how if you actually do run the halfback pass, I mean the running back is so poor at throwing that it's gonna hurt its chances of being successful.
That's gonna get you in trouble.
Jeremy says you're ruining all the fun now.
Tell him I'll put it back for him. No worries. Let's see what else. Hold on 1 second. I'm down to ace. Now, I like to see those draws. Go to ace, 50 verts and flats. See that real quick.
Oh, in just basic ace.
Yeah, just basic ace. 50 verts and flats. Yeah, go ahead and pull that.
Okay. 234.
234. All right, I like that. Hold on 1 second.
Now remember, this is a total plays of your offense and your defense too. So if you pull something from the defense, that gets you down to 230.
Yeah, I'm probably leave a lot of the defense in. Just curious to see how it plays out. Yeah, that's why I was trying to just pull these guys. Let's see. Actually, we will go take that one play in a minute. Let's take one more from the offense. And we've seen this 1,000 times. Go to gun quads left. And go ahead and pull out. What's this? The weak lead motion draw. Let me see that again.
In quads left?
Yeah, gun quads left.
There it is.
That's interesting. Not that I would know what it looked like when it's called, because it's actually interesting. Just go ahead for the sake of pulling a play. Pull that out.
Okay.
All right. Swing over to defense. We can pull 3 out of there easily. Now, in the context of pulling something out of the defense, truth be told, it can be pulled pretty much from anywhere, right? Any one of your formational sets.
Correct.
Can you add a formational set by adding a play from another defense? just like you did on the offense.
If you don't have
That formation.
like if you didn't have nickel and you added nickel,
Right.
then it would add as a formation. So you could add in something that you don't have. For example, you don't have 3-4, so you could add 3-4 in here.
Right. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, let's see. We need to pull 3 plays. Where was that funny play you found? And we were like, what is that play doing? And it needs to go. Was that Dog the Dig? No, I can't recall.
It was a cover 5 thing, and I did actually pull it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to dime. Dog the Dig. That is still in there.
Yep.
I like that. No, leave that there.
Yeah, I was going to say, remember, you'd have to pull all of them for it to actually...
Yeah. No. We're going to leave that. We'll let that stay. All right. Let's just make this real simple then. Go ahead up to 4-3. Okay. And let's go ahead and pull... Let's pull all blitz 0.
Okay, I think it's somewhere else too. Want me to pull it from other places?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, it was in there twice, and in there a third time. Now it's gone.
How about that? Now let's go ahead. Go to 4-3 Sky 3 weak.
4-3 Sky 3 weak. Gotcha. Pull. It's gone. 231.
All right, and then there was another one I had mentioned about a strong. I have to find it real quick. 4 jam strong. No. Hold on 1 second. Not seeing it. It's kind of hard without actually having to play itself. All right, for just the simpleness of pulling out, go down to goal line. And let's just go ahead and take... How many we need? We need 1 more play anyway, so this should take care of that easily. Go down to Buffalo Blitz. What does that look like? Yeah, just go ahead and take that for sakes of taking a play. That should push it 230.
Now, at the risk of making things more complex on you, anything you want to add on offense from any other book? Because there's a lot of stuff out there.
There is. And I'll be truthful to say, I really have not had the time to kind of peruse through, but let me take a quick glance. Let me see here real quick. I'll do that. Just see where the differences are right quick.
I'll just go through as you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm just going to go through and just rattle off some formations that looked different or, that we don't recognize.
Well, tight end flex I don't recall seeing that one in the Bills set.
Tight end flex, that is only in the Cowboys book.
For all those Cowboy fans out there, I'm not feeling that, but I'll go ahead and take a look at it. Let's go ahead and put let's see here. What's the 50x seam? What does that look like?
I'm getting there. So for those at home that didn't understand how I got there, I just clicked on an offensive play to get to the add play screen, and then I used the triggers to go by team, and now I'm looking for tight end flex in the Cowboys book.
Should be right under iPro.
Yeah. Okay. So, what'd you want to see?
50x seam. Slide up to that for me. I'm just curious. Yeah, go ahead and pull that. Put that in.
All right.
And then we'll go back over to our book and pull something out.
What else? Do you want anything else out of this formation in?
Let's see. That's interesting. They have a weak guard lead shovel. That's under iPro. Let's go put that in just for the heck of it.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, weak.
That's interesting.
Lead shovel. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's like the Cowboys for you.
So we'll put both those in.
Yeah.
So it asks you, do you want to add them to the playbook? Yes. Okay, so then we would back out of that. Here's your play and weak G lead shovel. And because it's a new formation, it's going to add it all the way at the bottom of the playbook. So that tight end flex is all the way at the bottom. So now you need 2 out.
Okay, let's go back up to iPro and take out weak toss.
All right, it's somewhere else. Weak toss. It is in iPro, iTwins, iSpread, iJokers, Weak iPro.
Mhm. That's
Doubles.
Let's
So-
leave that. That sounds like that's a core of the playbook. So let's leave that alone. Go
But-
down to
but for
yeah.
those for those watching at home, right? Like
Yeah.
that's if you don't want those in, you're gonna have to go through and get rid of all of them, right? In order for the play count to go down, just so that you understand that concept. But go on.
Just to
now.
drop one tick mark. Go down to iTwins, and let's take out. Yeah, let's take out 90F speed out.
Okay. You selected. You're the lucky man. 90F speed out is also strong eye jacks, weak eye pro. So we'll go and get. Excuse me. We'll go and get those. Strong eye
Alright.
jacks, weak eye pro.
And that should leave us with one more to pull, correct?
Strong eye jacks. What did you take out? 90F speed out.
That's correct.
And weak eye pro. 90F speed out. Okay, yeah, one more.
Last one, split spread, play action, slam and go.
All right, that was somewhere else. PA slam and go. Ah, I forgot the N. It is where you hiding. Well,
No?
for the first time tonight, there's a typo somewhere.
Okay.
We can find it ourselves. PA slam and go.
That's correct.
Found it. Trey. Oh, there's another one.
Split spread, and then you said there was one in tray? Yeah.
It's slam and go. PA slam
Yep.
and go.
Play action, slam and go.
There it is. Oh, no.
There's
There's
one
another.
more, huh?
There it is. Okay, gone.
Okay.
Done.
There we go. Done.
All right. We now can save the book. See all these playbooks I have in here? I'll just take everybody's playbook and dump it in the memory card.
Well, that's cool.
No test. Drew has been plotting to destroy you all this time.
I'm sure.
And he,
Absolutely. I already got my ads in mind.
so now we can go faster as he's been building. Okay, so you are starting with the Jets. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
That's where you
Because they have fullback formations where the fullback is in the single back position. And that is
Ah.
something I absolutely love.
Love that.
That I cannot get from 2K8.
Anything that is unique that helps us. Weak center lead. It's a pulling center, folks. What else we got in here? Got all sorts of goodies in a new book. Anything of note, Drew, that you've noted looking through the Jets book in the time we've been here?
So iLoad is something that we didn't see in
Tackle
Nell's book.
eligible.
Yes. Oh, I love that one. I think my offensive line had a total of like 15 receiving yards last season. Hoping to add to that. As crazy as that sounds.
The mad scientist at it again. There's another.
So for people who
center lead.
For people who don't know, iLoad, while it looks similar to iJacks and iJokers, iWing Jokers in the play art, iLoad is a 6 offensive line formation as well.
50H load screen.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. iLoad heavy.
Yes, this has the offensive lineman in the fullback position and then the fullback in the wing position, I believe. I know for certain the offensive lineman is in the fullback position.
Right.
And so I am very much looking forward to how the ISOs look out of that. Can you go to the PAF hot from the previous?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my lord. I love that. PAF hot is one of those plays from 2K8 that is only in the weak eye jokers, wing jokers, and jacks. And you just don't really see it utilized all too much. And I'm very glad that it's utilized there while the fullback is in the wing position.
Nice. An F wheel. A lot of center points.
As you can tell, I love all the creativity that this allows me to do.
It's kid in a candy store stuff when you get to do so many new things. H flare.
That's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen anything similar to that in 2K8. If it is, it's like a trick play.
Fullback runs a seam, and then the running back just settles in the flat where the receiver left and vacated.
Mm-hmm. The receiver would be dragging the cornerback on a
Quick
cover
cross.
4 or cover 3.
How about that? Quick cross.
Yeah, that's kind of like a 90 tight end speed out.
Yeah. But you've got in the 90 tight end speed out, does the B receiver cross over like that?
Kind of, but it's in a slant rather than in a crossover.
Yeah, it's a little deeper route.
This 50 strong flood is interesting because you've got the A going out like into the... they're running different routes, but similar concepts, the A and the X. I don't know how you describe that, but it's kind of interesting. I guess the A is going out towards the sideline while the X is just sitting there in the flat.
More of a flare and a flat run. That's what it
50 F
is.
swing strong. That's pretty interesting. ROZ stop and go. There's a lot going on this play. Fullback toss. That's it. What is the tight end doing there? That's very interesting play art. You know what I mean? Like he's not blocking straight. He's kind of like angling. Don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, it looks like he's rolling out to the right side to block the outside linebacker or cornerback.
50 green flow.
No, that's an interesting one. I don't have a
Lynn
good
said,
preference.
Ramos said zone blocking is what he's doing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 green flows, pretty interesting. H curl on a rollout. Here's your slant and up. We saw a similar route in a different type of play, but this is a primary read on a play action.
Yeah, it's like a 50 arrow in go 2K8. That's that.
50 wide
slant
tight end square in. That could get messy if you got two people running the same. But I mean, it's a flood zone concept.
I call it beautiful when you have two tight ends running that route.
And we're in quads here. Got another slip screen in here.
You wouldn't favor tight ends by any chance, would you?
No,
I like.
I absolutely despise tight ends. I wish my roster was similar to Sioux Falls, where I had no tight ends whatsoever.
I like tight ends too.
See,
Tight
see
ends are
that? Like,
great
look at
players.
this. Look at this toss sweep out of trips. You have the center and the guard. Look how far they're pulling. That's
Definitely going to need some speed and agility
right. Right.
on
Otherwise, you're
them.
just simply not going to be able to execute that.
Remember now, when they pull, they're not necessarily waiting till they get to that point to actually execute a block. If somebody's flashing in front of their face, the whole idea is that they're just going to get in the way. If they get in the way, then the tailback has a lane to go. Depends on whether they shift to that side of the ball to create issues and overload on you. But it could work if the blocking schemes are effective,
Yeah.
which right now they're not as effective.
PAROY stop and go. A lot happening there. X and Y bunching up the defense.
I'd be curious to see if the flea flicker, a trick play that we do see in 2K8 not being able to be used. I wonder if the flea flicker works or can be called by the AI
Right.
in this game.
E-
And that'd be
either
a
way,
fun time.
Yeah, either way, right? If whether it's in there or not, it's not really affecting playbook rules and such, So it's kind of one of those. Well, give it a shot, I suppose. Here's your ROZ deep slide.
Very interesting. That's another variant to the deep slide.
How about 90H dump? It's like a slant by the running back. Like,
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
it's similar to that PAF hot I was pointing out earlier. Instead, it has the halfback doing that. And I don't believe we have a halfback route in 2K8 doing that type of
I don't
play there. I love it though. I will definitely keep that one in.
There's another slide and go in there. Slot reverse.
I will be curious if there's a PARO slide and go.
Weak flip counter. That seems right up your alley,
Ooh.
Drew.
Yes, absolutely.
Coming across the
crazy one.
formation to pull along with the right guard.
I think Phil would make that play work. Absolutely. Can you go to the 50x opposite flow?
Yeah.
Interesting. So in 2K8, opposite flow is a very common play. But in all of them, the halfback is blocking. He's always in a pass block. So the halfback is running towards the flat. Actually helps a lot against man coverage. It'll pull that extra linebacker away from all those primary routes.
True, and then it puts your running back in the open field where there are less defenders since they've all vacated. So with a corner.
Yeah, the ROZ deep slide. I'm looking forward to using that because I'm wondering if the rollout buys the perfect amount of time for that deep slide to become open.
ROY bubble cut.
Oh, bubble screen.
But
But
it's a
with the
rollout towards that side. And then you've got the left tackle who's, I guess in protection of sorts to that rollout.
He's going to try to seal it. That looks dangerous, though, because you're drawing everybody to the same side, and God forbid they run it to the short side of the field. That'd be disastrous.
Can you imagine if you threw back to the A, who went out into
Oh,
the flat
jeez.
where no one was? That would be something.
Yeah.
But alternatively,
F split.
I
Is this what
I
you're
will
talking
defend it. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. The fullback. I believe the fullback is in the single back position, but if not, alternatively, the fullback is out wide in this quads.
Mm-hmm.
I guess yes, the fullback is in the slot on the weak side.
Look at that. 90F quick screen. You got the slot guy setting a block.
Yeah, and that's the fullback, I believe, too.
And then
I believe
it inside there.
Mm-hmm. A different variation of slants and stops.
F split doubles, same kind of concept.
Yeah, we have a twins F spread from 2K8, and this is very similar to that. And one thing I'm noticing immediately is that this is offering more routes for the fullback to run, and in 2K8, when the fullback's out wide, it's kind of limited.
If you had an excellent center, this is a playbook for you, right? Because look at all these center pulls, very unique, at a lot of these formations. H Flex Pro. There's your fullback.
There is. Yes.
Right? There's your weak fullback dive out of, that's the lone back in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Outs and goes.
That's a very interesting one. Like the equivalent of like 50 HF outs.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. He's running a fade and out. And I know that the fullback does run fade and outs in 2K8, and they run it pretty well, actually. So with the rollout, it might buy time. Also, if the AI works as well, it's been advertised that quarterback might run after that rollout, and that's 4 blockers out there. So I'm very interested in how that.
How about a slant and go over the middle and then up the seam?
And that's the halfback running that slant and go as well.
Honey, all slam out of empty open could be trouble.
Well, we do have it in 2K8 as well, and I have yet to be tempted to use it.
50 verts is interesting because you also have a post pattern in there.
Yeah, it's like a slightly better version of the.
How about that? Double slant.
All
but
goes.
Then you've got a couple fades and a stop route. RO open flow away. Primary.
That's
route.
a very cool looking one, especially for that A.
Outs and goes, and then Y's running a drag.
Mm-hmm. And this is flip triple open, so we do have this formation in 2K8, and it's just a normal triple formation, but with the halfback out wide.
Mm-hmm. Trips empty. You got a wheel route out of the slot receiver there, going out.
Oh wow! This is a 4 wide receiver set with the halfback out wide. We don't have that in 2K8. Every 4 wide receiver set would be in single back.
Yeah, some trips empty. Something different. All right, that's enough of the offense. We're on to defense. We see some bear here. Want to make a note of that. But that's essentially 4-4 in this game.
Yeah. Love it though. Love it. I've used bear a couple times with some success. I got 1 win out of it. That counts in my book.
Dime, nickel, 4-3. We saw. Let's see if I can find anything that we didn't talk about from before. Weak combo, strong zone.
Yeah, that's one that's in 2K8 either, and that looks like a combination between weak and strong combo zone.
There's your rocket blitz.
I can. Okay, yeah, I'm relieved to see a rocket blitz because in season 14 I used weak rocket 0 a lot, and I didn't see it in Mel's book, so I was a bit worried.
There's good old key zone. The linebacker going. That's a risk-reward play. All right, so we are ready for you to tell us what you want to take out.
Okay, first, can we go to the ads? So, because
Okay.
I know absolutely what the ad
All right.
just to that. So I want to go to the Queen stack formation from the Saints playbook.
Alrighty.
And Queens, for those who don't know, is the formation where it is 3 wide receivers and 2 backs, 1 fullback, 1 halfback.
But in this formation, which is, I believe, unique only to the Saints book, so it's a very small book.
Yes.
But they stack the receivers on the outside.
Yes, which is something that we do not see
Like
in
that.
2K8. Yes,
All right,
I
what
love
do you
it.
want out of this?
Let's go ahead and
Look
get
at that. Double tight.
that. Yes, absolutely.
Sticky.
Yeah, Sticky's a bit of an
Fans.
interesting one.
Not
Yes,
even
let's get
fans.
that too.
Anything else?
Let's go ahead and look at the wheel and fade again.
Short wheel.
Yeah, we can get the short wheel. I see that being a lot of potential. The fades bit me too many times, unfortunately, especially having that being the first read. I see that being kind of like a blue bust, so I'm not gonna get the fade.
Want the draw in there?
No, thank you.
Alrighty.
It's interesting.
What else you want?
Okay, let me look for the other one. So this one's also only in 2 playbooks, so we'll have to get both of them. Gun Diamond from the Redskins playbook and Jaguars playbook. So I guess we'd go to Washington's first.
Okay. There's what that looks like. Pretty cool.
So I'm liking that XP streaks, especially from the A receiver. It seems like the X kind of creates an opening for them. Gator Flood, yes, let's get the Gator Flood. And then let's get 50 diamonds as well.
Okay. And then you want to go. Who's the other book that has it?
The other book is the Jaguars.
Okay. And they're going to have not necessarily all of the same plays. Or do
Yeah, and they might have the same plays, but different looks.
True. All right,
Different reads, or maybe a different.
yeah,
route.
so here's like 50 diamonds deep. There's a screen in here, a speed screen, a flood route, hooks and curls, all slams. So I mean, it's pretty different. There's some similar, but
Yeah.
What do you want?
Let's go ahead and get that Jags Flood.
Okay.
And that. Can I look at the speed screen? You know, I'll bite the bullet and get that.
Okay.
And then let's go ahead and get Diamond Steep as well. And then I'd like to do a comparison between 50 diamonds and Diamond Steep later on.
Okay.
And then the last one is a good old favorite, F Wings, which is only in 2 playbooks in this game as well, from the Broncos to Patriots.
Oh, you're gonna run something else besides the screen? Drew?
Yes, absolutely, I am.
F-Wing Jokers. Hey, look, there's not even a screen in here. So, there you go.
Yeah, go to 90. Was it? No, yes, that one right there.
50,
That
what
one.
is it?
That's the one I want. I saw that one, and it has the number 2 and number 3 tight ends running that those out routes. And I absolutely have to get that one. And
Bootleg.
I don't know why 2K does not have it.
Want the bootleg in there? Actually work.
Well, I guess the question is, who am I scheming for? Am I scheming for my quarterback? Or just whoever?
Well, that's true.
is-
I guess you are scheming for whoever the Bears quarterback was back in 2000.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
I don't either at the moment.
So,
What else you want?
even if I had my quarterback, Ibrahim, he only has 40 speed and 80 agility. So I don't think he's the type to run bootlegs yet. But what about the F Flow? That's an interesting one. But I can foresee that the fullback's momentum carrying him out, especially if the quarterback's too slow to get that rollout.
Mm-hmm.
What about curls? Curls and corners looks interesting to me. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's a must-have. And then I suppose it's only wise to get a run play. So strong ISO, what does that look like? What does a strong ISO look like from a single back? It seems like it has the fullback who's out wide, going to immediately block for him. I guess I gotta get that one. That one might be.
You want this?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely, I do.
never mind. I was off topic. Okay. Broncos and who
It's
else? Did
fine.
you want to go to the other one?
Yeah, it's the Patriots. They always have good ideas.
Well, you're gonna get the chat all up in arms about that.
Well, I'm a Browns fan, so
F wing jokers. All right. Here we are.
okay. So some different plays. It seems like the curls and corners don't seem to be different. It might be just a different
Yeah. Zip.
first read.
Same. This seems like more of a running book out of this formation.
Yeah.
Some different running.
What is-
schemes.
What about the wheel? Huh.
He's going up. It's
Seems
just
like the
off
wheel-
screen. Yeah.
Yeah. It's out. It's on the boundary. The interesting fade to the fullback, block, a pass block, and then a swing route from the halfback, post from the number 3 tight end. Curl. Yeah, let's get that one. Even if it takes a long time to develop, it's curious how that would look against like cover 3 from the full 4-3. And then a weak fan ISO as well. That's I don't know if that's a good one whatsoever, but I do want it just to see how it looks.
All right. So now you're going to need to delete some plays here.
Yes.
You got some work to do there,
In-
buddy.
Yeah, in quick succession.
Yes, I do. Luckily, that was the last ad to look at. And so let's go ahead and look at what to remove.
You
And
got-
I
you got
didn't
those?
get this far.
Oh my god. Okay.
But let's go ahead and roll out let's go ahead and eliminate all the rollout X comebacks.
Cue the elevator music. What do you want?
Ooh, yes, indeed.
I want to remove the rollout X comebacks and the PAX out and ups.
This is all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
I don't. Oh, okay. PAX out and up. Okay, that's gone. There was only one of those. What was the other play?
Yeah, and then the rollout X comeback.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Perfect.
As
That's what I
nice
like
as
to
those
see.
post routes look.
There was only one of those each.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of the halfback passes as well. Trying to make this, a little bit more efficient with
Mm-hmm.
not as many trick plays.
Yeah, let me.
I'm treating this.
As I'm scrolling through,
Go
you can
ahead.
just give me your next one.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the next one because I don't have and the classes there's going to be.
I got them all.
Okay. So then we're using the Jets book. I'm also using my phone right now, so that's why I can only look at one screen at a time. I'm very sorry. Let's go ahead and take out weak load toss from iLoad heavy.
From what?
iLoad heavy, weak load toss. As painful as it is for me to get rid of that one. All right. We're doing good progress here.
230 is what he has to get to, Doug.
Let's go ahead and get rid of all the 90 all slams.
I mean,
if we have any.
technically, Drew, you don't have to delete, because you already have more than you need. So we could just roll if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have to get to 230. You just have to have 230. There it is. Anything else that you just really want to get rid of?
Yeah, let's go to goal line on defense. Because as many have commentated when they're watching Motor City games, I don't like goal line defense. So I know we can't get rid of all of them, but let's just get rid of the bad ones. Like weak flow. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. I like the kookiness of it. I don't like the effectiveness. All blitz 0.
Okay.
Weak crash 0.
Okay.
Double fill.
Okay.
Wide blitz.
You have 5 left. Or no, 7
Yeah,
left.
wide blitz.
Okay.
Strong Indian.
Okay.
And then jet blitz.
Okay. You have 4 left.
And then let's go ahead and go up to the bear.
Okay.
Or the 4-4, I guess, in this case is what it really is.
Right.
But,
Right.
weak fire 0.
Okay.
Cover 4.
Okay.
Blaze twist 0.
Blaze twist 0.
Yes.
Okay.
Double sting 0.
Okay.
And then go ahead and go up, please. Yes. Force fire is good. All blitz 3.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and go up again. Actually, weak crash 1 from the bear. Sorry, I didn't spot that one yet.
Okay.
Got that one. Thank you. Key zone. I guess all the key zones.
All right. I'll go hunt.
Thank you.
All right.
Force fire 0.
Which formation was that in?
It was at the top.
Shouldn't have scrolled away. Got it?
Okay, and then the all blitz 0 as well.
All right. Are you good?
We got 2 more plays left, right? But you said you don't really have to.
You don't have to,
do it.
right? But if you were trying to,
All right,
if
and
you're trying to hit the
keep
minimum,
it as is then.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna save that book.
I think that's as druified as possible without 5 hours of work.
Now, we're not going to, just for the sake of entertainment on this stream, because what we want to do is we're probably not going to get through a whole game tonight because we're going, we want to check out replays and see, how some of these plays may have played out, throughout the early stages of the game. But you also have the manage substitutions and manage audibles section. So your manage audibles section is going to look very similar to 2K8 in terms of, here's all your formations and all the plays that you have in them. You can see that Mel added a formation with just 50 XC minutes, so it's just got 1, and it's added at the bottom. So you have all these audibles that you can adjust, and then you've got your defensive audibles, and then your offensive no huddle audibles. So that's all the same. And then you have your substitution packages, where you can go by package, pro, kings, queens, straight, flush, blah blah blah, or by formation. Now, when you are going through this, and you go to we were talking about earlier, and I'm not going to do it now, but just because I don't want to screw up a roster. But essentially, Drew asked me, well, can I put a fullback at the running back spot? You can, but the rating of the player dramatically increases if, if Hurst is an 83 running back and I go and put a 92 fullback at that position, his rating is going to dramatically decline because he's playing out of position. But those are all the formation subs and shows the fatigue and all that other stuff. But we're not going to get into that tonight. We just wanted to showcase building playbooks and then being able to see how that all plays out on the field. So, with that said, let's get our orange and blue on, shall we, gentlemen? And I'm gonna play this at the Giants Stadium because it has the NFL logo in this, midfield. And then playbook, right? We want Drew test for Motor City and Mel test for Portland. We also want to make sure, okay, so I have, here's the weather. I have wind speed set at about 50. Do we want to do night, day? What do we want to do, guys?
Let's do day. Let's do some weather changes. We don't see any of that in our current
You want to jack the
game
wind speed up?
settings.
See what happens? No?
Can.
Yes.
Now, you think it might mess
Yes.
up your passing game something terrible? You know?
I vote for max wind speed.
No way, man.
Okay,
We're not sailing.
how about we go how about we go 75 then? 75.
All right,
see
all
what
right, all
happens.
All right,
Well, if you're
that's a
gonna
win
do
for
that,
me.
give me some inclement weather because there's no windy day that's clear. So let's throw some snow or rain up in there and let's see
Yeah.
something neat.
We're in New York after all. So
That's right. That's right.
So what are we doing here? What do you want?
Give me some snow.
Now, I actually, you know what? I
You
understand. I don't want to do it. Texture replacement. There's textures to replace for day, or I'm sorry, for clear, rain, and snow, and I'm
Right.
not confident enough that I have done
That they're
all those
ready.
texture. Yeah,
Got
that
it.
they're ready.
Okay.
So we'll
go
turn
night.
the wind
Can
up.
you
We'll
go
keep
night?
you want to go night?
Yeah, let's go night. Go night.
Yeah, so like Tarilla was saying, like we haven't made the dirty uniforms yet, so it's just not something that's ready.
Fair enough.
yeah, that's completely understandable.
Okay, so we set the weather. I mean, I was getting all hyped too, but I got a little bit ahead of myself there. Okay, and we'll go back to the Giants. And Drew test, Mel test. Night, clear, perfect, and let's go. So yeah, we got Cordell Stewart and Jake Plummer here tonight.
Take the snake.
For those that don't know, things like Fox NFL Sunday can be changed. That Bears logo can be changed. It just hasn't gone. We just haven't gone through the texture replacements for that yet. So when we see a play, guys, that you want to dive in further on the replay for any reason, just let me know, and we'll go and check out what you want to look at.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. I'll have to contain myself for most of them.
We could look at all of them.
We'll
I mean,
be
I
here.
don't.
No,
I don't,
we'll be here for too long. Yeah, that's basically how I run all my sims. It takes 3 hours because I just want to look at every little play and see what went right and what went wrong, and see what animation did what, or lack thereof of animation.
Honestly, Tarillo, I have done a game on all fog. It really just Well, I mean, I don't know how it affects gameplay, but it does certainly affect visibility. I feel like rain and snow games without any fog are actually a little bit more visible in the game than in 2K8, but the fog definitely hurts that for sure. Mel and Drew watching their uniform squads play out.
Yeah, the graphics are nice.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten a chance to watch yesterday's stream, but it's very easy to edit uniforms, right, and create our own.
It depends on what your skill set is, but if you're familiarized with Photoshop and are good around photo or any kind of photo editing programs, now that's a sweep right there. Remember what I was telling you about?
Yep. Go ahead and replay real quick. I
Yeah.
do want to see
So
the lineman action.
62 pulls, right? That's your guard.
Yeah. Yep.
He's going to pull, and he's going to go outside. Now he's looking for someone to block, and it's almost as if he went for 53. He just made a miscalculation there, or got
Now
there too late.
Wind back real quick. I love the action. You don't really see that action as much. Go back a little bit more, Cam. I want to go back center.
Okay.
Is that the center or is that the center? Watch the center's action. He actually rolls him out. You don't see a lot of that as much. He took that lineman down. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a pretty cool animation for him to pull off.
Turillo says that he wants to do a uniform texture replacement tutorials possibly sometime next week, so you'll
that's
look
great
out for that.
Awesome.
I also want to note 38. Watch the fullback block on this. Watch this.
Yeah, that's nice.
Got down the field and took him out. But this
Did
play,
you say this might have been?
Huh?
I was going to ask, did you say this was one of those plays that might be taken out very quickly?
Yeah, the sweeps out of split are challenging to execute because this pulling guard is pulling so far that depending upon the play, right, he's looking for someone to block. The closest guy to him ends up being this linebacker. And because 80 was unable to hold his block, nice move by the corner there, actually. That's really good interaction. The play ended up going for just a 1 yard gain. He's lucky to get 1 yard out of it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
at first
the
I
least
thought,
favorite play that I've seen in Sims. That's just my opinion.
At first I thought, that play might actually get somewhere until the wide receiver lost his block.
Woo!
You did catch that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Was that challenging for you to see, Mel, with the screen share? Just curious.
I'm just looking on a smaller screen. It moved so quickly, I wasn't sure if it was a catch or what the situation was. You can run that one back too. Just curious about the blocking schemes for those dive plays.
So the center.
He's going for his legs again, cut block.
And he missed them.
Yeah.
And he ended up 62, has to take over, but because the center wiped out trying to cut that guy out, it left
Urlacher wide open.
Yep. And that's not something you want to do.
No, he eats. Okay.
Pretty good blocking elsewhere. But yeah, that play was blown up because of one mistake.
Pretty accurate Motor City defense. If Urlachers are Rodney Panani.
Very nice.
Yeah.
See, this is what I like to see. Okay, you got a quarterback who is facing some pressure, and immediately when the quarterback notices that, okay, this guy could come free, he starts to step back, right? But then, as he's surveying the field, what are his options? This play has just a bunch of short routes in it, but Plummer takes the route that is easiest, right? The easiest check down. Ref actually gets out of the way. Very nice. Moves out of the way, and then a nice broken tackle there.
Yeah, it was a nice play.
But the pressure up front forces Plummer maybe to make a decision a little bit faster than he wanted to.
Correct.
That's what a video game, and I don't know how you guys feel, but I think video games have a difficult time executing 2 to 6 yard routes in the passing game. Like there's so much used in real life, but it's an all or nothing situation sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
It's like he got stuffed here. That was the tight end out there on the linebacker.
Yeah.
The linebacker beat.
Yeah. Just swim move over him. Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to punt that. We also don't know. I mean, we don't have it in front of us here tonight, but like what the ratings of all these players are, either. So it's hard to know if guys just getting beat or if there's something else at play. What happened there, Mel, on your first possession?
Honestly, other than the blocking schemes, I mean, they seem to be pretty good, man. But truth be told, I wouldn't have called that that split twins sweep by far.
Mm-hmm.
That's one play that was a poor play, in my opinion. I'd have to get rid of. Just be more direct. Let's get up the field.
Yep.
Be more direct. Be curious to see how the dive plays really execute in this game. The blocking on that wasn't bad, but again, you've got guys on the other side with maybe higher ratings or abilities. And I did notice that center, he went down 3 times looking to cut block. I'm just curious if that's a continuum or not.
Just one of your... Who is... That looks like a fullback in the backfield. Just one of your...
It's hard to tell now since they're in motion. But it kind of looks like maybe a 4-1 dime. So I'm pretty sure it's just the normal quads turn into trips or tray.
Thomas?
That's
Is that the running back?
Yeah, 35 is the running back.
Okay.
I don't think the fullback's out wide.
So, Stewart throws this pass. I mean, this is pretty great coverage. Not much open. He's trying to hit 80 on that. What's he running? He's just running a corner. And he just couldn't squeeze it. But
yeah, it seems like he predetermined who to throw it to.
Right.
And ignore the coverage when that slant was going to be open. But there might be also a reason why I don't remember hearing of this Bears quarterback.
Wasn't it Cordell Stewart? Or am I wrong? Is that a different guy?
No, it's Cordell. I think so.
You never heard of Cordell
Oh,
Stewart?
to be fair, I was born in 98, so.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't know you were that young.
Yeah, I'm older than Ramos, but he's 15 or something, right?
Now that's worth noting. Punt return yards. He got 8 on the return, but he actually had some room. That's nice. So we can pull these textures as well with these faces. Faces is a totally it's a totally, I guess, next phase of a project that we have not yet started on. Last night the dumping textures was actually what was causing my computer to hitch, so won't be doing any of that this evening, but that's something that we'll be working on in the coming months.
I love the motion this game brings, though. That's kind of cool feature.
Yeah.
Now, who's the halftime presenter for 2K5?
How do you mean? Like how it?
Because usually there's in
Chris
2K5
Berman was in 2K5, but there's no presenter in 2K4. It just runs through some key stats.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's disappointing. I was hoping we could maybe, as a community, create your cyberface and put it on him.
Right, yeah, that would. Oh, wow,
that was a hot mess.
He got nailed. Yeah, there it is again, Mel. 60. There's the center. He tried to. Plumber does the right thing, right? I mean, he throws this ball. You can tell. Look at the guy.
That's kind of cool, though. He gets hit.
Middle. But he got hit, and it wasn't like this weird glitch either. Like, look.
No. Like, in 2K, that pass would have been completed.
But because he got hit, it affected the way the ball came out of his hand, which, by the way, is that not the prettiest ball? But yeah, I mean, he just couldn't get it to him. But you could see what he's looking at. I mean, 87's going to come open here, and he tried to get it to him, but good pressure. Some people have been talking about like defensive line, like having some struggles or whatever. Well, they just made that play.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is that I believe the ball hit number 50, but they didn't call like a illegal touching.
Oh, yeah. That's probably because of the way he was looking to deliver the ball. It was already interrupted, is what I would think. I don't know. This would be equivalent to a gun quads left.
Oh, he tried to take off.
He's rolling out for whatever reason out of the pocket.
Well, he's rolling out because of 98. See, the running back does not pick him up.
Right.
And as soon as he comes
That's something.
Open, and then 93 also kind of gets free as well. He's trying to escape. And then the play gets blown up actually by this defensive lineman, right? If this defensive lineman doesn't do as good of a job getting that guy to the ground, Plummer may be able to take off and run here, but he has to try and get past this mess. And he ended up taking a sack.
Wow.
He had this guy coming over to the left, right? Coming into the middle of the field there, but it was already over for him.
Now that type of breakdown of the pocket is not something you typically see in 2K8, right?
That'd be a Mel opinion question.
You see missed blocks more than anything. That's a real breakdown of a pocket, right? You're actually seeing guys who are attempting to make their blocks. Unfortunately, in 2K8, you see guys just kind of... Have you ever seen the scene where the guy just totally misses a block, then he stands there readjusting his arm pads while his quarterback's being sacked? That's what you see in 2K8.
I've seen it.
You know, that's frustrating.
I've seen it 10 times today, simming against San Diego, where the guard or the center goes to help out block the defensive end and not the defensive tackle in front of him.
Yeah. And you've got the blockers that act like they're in World War Z, if you saw that movie. and then the zombies just kind of go right around the defective person and ignore him. Well, that's sometimes a lineman and blocking the defense. That's
Fullback
frustrating.
went in
Interesting.
motion there.
The fullback went in motion alongside
Awesome.
the tight end.
So the fullback goes in motion. This is that play. I don't remember the name, but they stayed in and blocked, and then they went out in the pass pattern. It's like a delayed route tree.
It's almost like an HF out.
And then 86 is on the outside. He runs a in route, and he is wide open. Look at the pocket on this play. Pretty great. Wham. Puts the arm out. Right? Get off me. That was a really neat play right there.
Yeah.
I'd have to keep that one.
I like the camera angles on the replays from the point of view of the players. Sometimes they'll actually not put you in their helmet, but it shows the perspective of the replay from their from how they saw it. It's also worth noting that I've seen a ton of different formations called just in the first 5 minutes. I feel like for both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. I do wonder what the AI prioritizes for packages in situations, because obviously we have a lot of different formations, but I see that we're going kind of in the spreads package a lot for this drive. With that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that it can kind of depend on the book as well. Just the way that the style of play that the team may have played in. So this is one of the things. This is just beautiful football. Okay, this pass from Stewart is not totally on target, right? And because it's not completely on target, the receiver has to reach back, exposing the ball, and then as the receiver goes to gather in the pass, he's essentially sandwiched and is unable to reel in the pass. But if Stewart puts that ball on the other side, right, then maybe White is not so compromised. And the closing of these three defenders here is, they make that play. Too much. I think, I don't know what you guys feel about it, Drew, Mel, but I think that's what leads to way too many pass deflections in games. Is the passes are just too accurate. And so if the defender is there, right, they're going to make a play. But if the pass isn't as accurate, now this is interesting. He just went in motion from inside to outside. Oh, he got hit as he threw.
He got destroyed.
There's your running back in the flat there, Drew. Or out in the slot, I mean. I think he was trying.
Yeah, 35, right?
Yeah. They just run and goes. Pretty much. 80, I think 80 would have been open. But again, the D-line affects that play.
Almost like a clearing route. Send everybody deep, bring him underneath. But he wasn't able to get it off.
Yeah, 83 coming in underneath there. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, actually, I think he was looking for 35. See him put his hands out up top?
He would have been cleaned. Safety's all over him.
So another instance where a defensive lineman makes a difference in that play there.
And this is a great thing to see, because I remember in the first exhibition match, people were worried about the lack of defensive pressure.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Good punt.
And now we're kind of seeing the opposite. Now I haven't ran a whole lot of sims, in 2K4. But have either of you two seen the lack of great punt coverage from inside the 20, where the punter does all he could to get it within the 5, but
God, no.
the special teams just runs it into the end zone and then
No, I have not
celebrates.
seen that. I have not
No.
seen
You
that.
haven't.
No.
Mm-mm.
None of that. Hopefully we get an example here tonight as well. It's what they do. I mean, we just saw a coffin corner. I just wanted to show that, Plummer's getting pressure. Again, he went low. And somebody said in the chat, I wonder if that's because he's overmatched, right? And 66 and 62 just can't handle the line. But Plummer makes the decision, right? I have to get this ball out. And so he checks it down, and watch how he checks it down. He jumps. See that? He jumped past it. It was just a different type of, am I crazy? It's like a different type of throw.
Yeah, different type of throw, yeah.
Yeah, it's it looks like, I don't know, like half a crow hop.
Yeah.
Running against that Bear defense.
Were they in 4-4 again?
The replay, I wasn't.
Nickel?
Yeah, they're in a nickel, yeah. Base nickel.
Yeah, because the offense was out in ice spreads,
The
so it'd be
center got
against
up
the
the
nickel.
Watch the center up the field there. But
Yeah, but
28.
your back is supposed to come through that line and place that block, but
Yeah.
he got caught up on the defensive end, unfortunately.
Yeah, 38 missed the opportunity to pick up that other guy, to pick up Urlacher, and that was the end. Demand, it's only been 7 minutes. I'm sure someone will have a run that's bigger than that. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. But both
Who are our running backs?
Clinton Portis for our side of the ball.
Portis and
Actually, when he played for Denver, that is. He was pretty dynamic back then. Before he came to Washington in a trade.
Here's another thing. Punting out of your own end zone actually goes past the 35 now. The punts aren't as short. They're still not as long, as maybe a traditional punt, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You get hammered in your own end zone, and then they end up getting the ball at 35, and it just makes you want to pull your hair out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Speaking of returns, I do have a question. You might not have an answer to this right now, which is fine, but for the kick returner and punt returner, is that still by default going to be the third wide receiver? Or will we have more control over that now? Okay. Is that unlimited? Or is halfbacks banned?
We'll probably keep the same rules in terms of halfbacks and stuff. But if you want somebody, because right now that's a return specialist animation. Well, that no longer exists, so it's kind of goes to the team at that point.
Would that be open to tight ends as well?
If you can show that a tight end returns punts and kicks in real life football and in the NFL,
that's fair.
Which I don't think you can do.
That's fair.
If you respect the game, then you respect the shield, and if you don't, then you don't. Just wanted to see this route. That's a pretty great decision there. I mean, he could have gone to the flat, but I mean, he actually. Did you see how he escaped the pressure coming off the right side to give him more time? Because he did that, he bought himself some time. If he would have stayed at the hash mark where he was, by the time he threw that ball, he probably would have gotten hit, right?
Pretty much.
So because he made that little move inside, gave him enough time to deliver. We haven't seen, kind of waiting to see, like, well, there's a toss. Boy, these run games are having a tough time this first quarter. I was going to say we haven't seen, like, any play actions or rollouts or things just yet.
No.
I definitely noticed that, you know, the game, you know, its style is also being dictated by, you know, how the game has played out so far, right? I mean, we're 0-0 in the first. We're feeling each other out. It potentially is not pulling out a bunch of play action passes because they haven't been able to establish the run yet. That could also be part of it. Not sure. Four wide here. Gonna throw past the sticks. Oh!
Nice
Sacked.
pressure.
Boy,
Yep.
D-line looks fine to me.
Yeah, they're getting back there. They're getting the pressure, getting the job done.
Boy, he just whiffed.
That poor tackle looked pretty sad. But
Yeah. This is a strange play. See the two inside guys? It's almost like are they running stop and goes?
I'm not sure what they're doing there, Cam.
He really needed to throw that post route. Actually, that kind of looked like a similar play as earlier in the drive. See 35?
Yeah.
Going out into the flat again. Well, we'll get to see a field goal. Remember, the wind is at 75%.
That should be interesting.
40-yarder. Look at that. Bent it in. Nice kick.
Good.
Points.
Now, is that something that's going to be put on random once everything is put in place, or everybody's game will randomly play a different weather pattern?
No, we'll use real-time weather.
Real-time weather.
Yeah, we'll look up the wind.
See what's going on, right?
And try to establish, you know, if there's 10 clicks of wind, maybe each click is 2 miles an hour, right? So if it's a 6 mile an hour wind, we'll go 3 clicks, that kind of thing. If it's 20 plus, then we'll max it out.
Now, speaking of weather, I remember that when the camera view was a bit more zoomed in, we were excited that now we could actually play with rain.
Yeah.
Because previously it harmed visibility, but now that we were able to kind of stretch it out to how 2K8 does it, does that also hamper?
We can look at rain and snow before we leave, just from the simple fact of, you know, we'll go into situation mode and just ask ourselves, right, can we see it? There's a plumber scramble.
Yeah, that's nice to see.
That's nice. It doesn't have that quarterback spin that my quarterback has, but it's still good. That's probably going to be the best moment of my player's career. And I'll hold on to it.
Oh, good toss.
Now that's a good run
Toss
play.
play worked. There you go.
Oh, good tackle. That was Urlacher again. Chased him down.
Yeah.
That was a great toss.
Urlacher's a one-man army.
Yeah. Run that back real quick. See what the blocking scheme did on that.
Now that looked like 4-4. 30's blitzing the safety. .23 gets blocked by the fullback. I mean, there was just nobody left. 30 came in on a blitz, and then look how 30 safeties play so well in this game. Look how 30 immediately realizes that he's screwed, and watch him turn around and go, right? And he tried to get there, and then he ended up getting blocked up. But at least he recognized, oh crap, right? Like,
Gotcha.
26 has the ball. But yeah, great block on the outside. Urlacher, good pursuit angle, chased him down. But yeah, that's a pretty sweet play. against the right
It's just
defense.
nice to know that toss plays can work, you know?
Yeah. And just like that, Portis is up to 5 yards of carry.
Right.
Oh. Nice grab.
That was a good play out of tight end flex.
Was that your was
Yeah, that was because we didn't have a tight end flex in the game.
you added that, right, Mel?
Correct.
That was the one play you added.
That's correct.
So there's your tight end flex. So there's where it got called. Clean pocket. Right read. He's open. See, again, the pass was not 100% accurate, right? It was a little off. And because he had to reach out for it, terrific play, he stumbles and is, if he catches that in stride, he potentially, tries to make that man miss, but he doesn't have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, or even break a tackle if he kept his balance. We get cheerleaders. How about that?
For those viewing on the live stream, how does the game look? I'm still trying to get my settings on my computer to spit out as good a picture as possible. It's hard to. There's a good run up.
Here it is. See that blocking scheme too when you get a chance.
It's just different. It's a different type of way for me to have to live stream because it's coming from the PC. Yeah, that center just. I mean, he just takes out that guy all the time. But yeah, this time the fullback gets through and hits that block.
Since you brought up your computer, I got a question about kind of more of the technical broadcasting element.
Mm-hmm.
Do you personally need multiple computers to have multiple games streamed at the same time, or?
Yeah, I have two
Okay.
rigs. I have 2 rigs right now. Oh,
A fullback dive.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
first and goal gun. On the 8.
Yeah, not a fan
Audible.
of that.
Huh?
Said not a fan of that.
Ooh.
Nice shift, but you get down here, you need to run the ball.
I'd look for the out towards the bottom.
Draw.
Aha!
Ooh, that's nice.
Well, there you go, Mel.
They can work, can it? A little bit.
I totally thought that was a hot route, because usually when the quarterback makes that motion pre-snap, that's a hot route.
Actually, that's good logic because of the fact that he did bait into the possibility. Nice.
He caught that.
Touchdown.
He baited the defense into a pass
Right.
and then call that draw. That was nice. That the
Exactly.
AI decided to make that call is probably more important than anything else.
Look at this
Exactly.
throw. Wow. Was he on his knees
Yeah.
to make the catch? So what's he running? He's running a little
Little hook.
hook.
Yeah.
He actually
Settles down.
got down to his
And
knees.
it was off again. Wow, look at that. Caught it right. That's pretty cool.
And I don't know if
I
we're
don't
going to get a
think
review.
I don't think he broke the plane though.
Yeah,
on
we
that.
might get a review because he does look short.
Yeah.
But that was a heck of a
Yeah, that was pretty.
pass.
That's
I
different.
don't think I've ever seen a receiver drop down to their knees like that
No.
to make a catch. Yeah, I think he was a little
Yeah,
short.
the closest I've seen is like that little power
There
slide
it is.
that comes
There
out
it
every
is.
now and then.
That was an emphatic
Oh, I love the
emphatic
the
challenge.
emphatic challenges.
I love it.
But great decision to challenge because he
Yeah,
was short.
exactly.
We can change and enhance the quality of that Microsoft Surface texture too, so we can put something on that side. Didn't get a great look on that, unfortunately, down the line. And it's overturned.
Yeah,
call.
they got the right call.
Yep. Make another HOV. Any wide receiver sweeps or misdirection plays, on or off. Definitely have seen some wide receiver sweeps. Things like that. There's so many plays. There's 10,000 plays in this game. Look at the camera down the goal line. That you just have to watch enough to see. Oh, he tried to pass on 3rd and goal and he didn't get it.
Cardinals, you're on the 1-inch line.
Run the ball.
And that looked like jacks too, like eye jacks.
Yeah, I mean, right formation, right idea. Again, the fullback missed the block. Blew the whole play up. He just whiffed. Missed him.
Yeah,
And that
there
hook
wasn't
route on
anybody
the
open
left
anyway.
side.
Yeah. But, I mean, you got 2 dudes standing there.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
No, I can't fault them though.
I don't mind the play call because it's not like they ran like a 20-yard pass pattern. I mean, they all ran hooks, and it looked like they did run goal line, but it was a goal line play where, I mean, you took out all those aggressive blitzes, Drew, so you were just in zone coverage back there, and everybody was essentially covered. But
yeah, I'm pitching my clipboard. We're not. You're on the 1-inch line and you're passing.
yeah,
I'm not a happy camper.
Yep. Yeah, that was.
You see, as much as easy as it is to criticize that, I do run 3 tight end pass plays all the time. So I can't. I'm in no position to say that that's wrong.
It's too bad we didn't get a. The wind really took that away, but he was able to squeak it through. Curtis said somewhere Marshawn Lynch is having an aneurysm, and Ramos said running back dive over the line to score here. It's a shame that we didn't get to see a leap, since the running backs will go low when you go high and vice versa.
Exactly.
Nice place to see
I'm
that.
with you, Ramos.
Well, how is the kickoff that direction went out of the end zone? Unfortunately, we can control the wind speed, but I don't know. I can't control which direction it's going, or if it's swirling or a crosswind or anything like that.
May play into the type of stadium that you're in too.
Yeah.
Possible. I mean, 2K was always dealt with minutia like that.
That's a
It's
fullback
not something
toss. Fullback
they
toss.
talked about.
There you go, Drew. There's one of your formations. Running back is outside in the slot.
Yeah.
Fullback toss. Look at the running back get upfield. Wham.
Is that the fullback? Is that 35?
Nope.
That's 31.
35
Okay.
is in the pass pattern up there. Block. 80
That's
holds,
amazing.
80 holds his block. Fullback gets a stiff arm. Look at that. The guy comes over to make the tackle, the linebacker, and he gets stiff arm. And because he falls in between the other two, it blows up both of them. That was pretty crazy. I mean, he's holding his block, and then 56 essentially comes over and takes them both out.
Like a bowling ball.
Got a first down. And 42 was pursuing 31, and he got all bottled up in that play as well. That was a cool play. Sorry, Mel, you were talking about something. Like, these plays can be distracting. You remember?
You know, all I can say while Mel is thinking is that I wish fullback tosses were effective in 2K8 since Bill currently has breakaway burst. You know, breakaway burst with that situation, you know, that could have gone a lot farther.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to step away for a second. I'm back.
That's okay. We were asking you what you were talking about before the crazy fullback toss play because I kind of cut you off there.
Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. I don't even recall myself now, to be honest with you.
Offenses are picking up steam a little bit as the game, you know, looks for other things to call.
The shield in the middle of the field, that's pretty swank.
It is nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
For the first time in 10 years.
Exactly.
In our test game, we were on outside artificial turf, but this is our first live stream. Not only is this the first live stream on the channel showcasing the widened camera angle, but it's also the first one that you've seen on grass as well, so you can see the field getting a little torn up.
Yeah.
Yes, we are able to play in a neutral field in 2K4, Hunter. Because the field is attached to the stadium. It's not attached to the whatever team is playing. Okay. So, see that? They brought that dude in motion. Who'd go in motion? 82? They brought him from the left to the right. And then they ran a toss that way. Block, block, block. That's a hat on a hat there, folks. Nicely done. Good execution.
And toss plays are legitimate. Once again, that's another positive. You can actually incorporate them into your playbook with some success.
Another. That's the fullback toss again. Is that the same play or out of a different? Yeah, that looked like the same play. This time, the running back, the receiver on the outside, 80, isn't able to get the block because the DB backed off in a zone. And well, he did end up getting it, but it was late. The linebacker came over and made a good play that time. Look at this hit, Mel. Wham.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The physics are nice.
I don't think I've seen that side tackle like that. There's some more. Boy, they are all about it. Broken tackle.
Yeah, a lot of toss plays all of a sudden.
Well, it's working.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's kind of it started to get they started to get moving, and so now it's like, well, we're just going to keep running this.
Stick with it, right.
Stick with it. It's worth noting that, too, we've seen Stewart's audibling here. What's he going to? Oh.
Down he goes.
That's a heartbreaker.
I think he was going to check down to that back, but he saw that there was a dude standing there waiting on him, and then he ran out of time.
Show that replay real quick. I'm just curious as to the blocking scheme. Was it just a free run? Did he miss him? Did he attempt to get him?
So
he just got overpowered.
The defensive ends go wide. Look at that. He
still works. He's still trying to get him too to block him. So that's good.
He jumped, but yeah, he just gets beat all the way outside on a 3-man rush. See, Stewart, I thought he was going to throw this, but I think he realized, like, well, that's not going to go much anywhere. But he didn't have, maybe right there he could go outside, but he tried. See? He tried to turn his hips, but yeah, he got buried from behind.
Well, I'd rather him take the sack and throw the pick in that situation just to throw the ball.
Right,
so
right.
That's kind of a positive.
Well, we haven't seen a single pick in this first half.
This is very true.
Good pocket there. Didn't work though. Again, inaccurate ball, right? He's throwing this. First off, he doesn't set his feet. So he throws a pass that's inaccurate, right? You want to put that outside shoulder. And
ideally, you want to lead him up the field, but
yeah, right.
Isn't going to happen.
But these are the things, right? These are the things that are natural in football. Sometimes you just don't have an accurate pass.
Right.
Ran out of space. Don't like to see that on
stiff arms. No, you don't.
Down the field. Maybe 83. This guy.
That's pretty well covered. I mean, you could chance it, but I kind of like to see them do that versus just forcing something down the field into coverage. He just checked it down, and that's going to be a quarterback's, ratings, if you will. And Cordell was a solid quarterback, but by no means was he a Joe Montana or a guy of that nature.
All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, blew it. That was another good kick. But you can see the wind,
Oh, yeah.
You can see how it's whipping the ball around. That was a good kick, though.
Yeah.
So this game counts towards our season record, right?
You don't know how it's going to end. I don't know that you want me to say it for sure just now.
Don't want to claim it, right?
No. It does seem to be a very close one.
I have seen a kick and a punt return touchdown in testing, so it's definitely a thing. Okay, ump. Jeez. Good throw.
Now, how much have you seen where the quarterback puts air under the ball? Like when he's doing a pass at maybe 25, 35 yards downfield and actually puts air under the ball, animation-wise?
It's a good question. You don't. I guess I haven't seen a ton of long throws.
Deep passes, right?
At least in, you know, what I've paid attention to.
Right. Right.
It'd be interesting to see if we could get to the fourth quarter here, you know, and things are tight. That was a pretty deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get it to him though. Good question, Mel. Not too
Well,
sure.
just from the standpoint of, I mean, that's one of the things that, 2K, you saw it. You didn't see a lot of it. A lot of balls were tipped when they were, attempting to go deep. Not all the time, but this is a pretty animation to see that ball actually thrown with an arc to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know 2K4 will do it, but I just wonder on what frequency.
Nice tackle there. Y'all are asking about what speed the game is at.
Yeah, it's a good question, actually. Is it normal or fast?
It is on normal at the moment. I have been running it on slow. Do y'all want me
Yeah,
to change
yeah.
it?
Yeah, change it to slow. Let's check that out. I know sometimes on slow you get different animations will actually show up from the players as opposed to fast.
Yeah,
or normal.
I think I didn't load the settings change to get it on slow. My bad.
Oh, okay. Here it is. There's a pick. Actually, I like that slow. Gotta love the fan
the slow is easier to keep up with.
Yeah, it's nicer. It's a little smoother.
Two-minute offense here. Get a chance to see how it takes timeouts earlier to get out of potential no-huddle situations.
I think the fullback's out in the single back.
Yeah, that's that same boy. Loves that toss. The third time this half to run that.
Nice tackle, given that he was stiff-armed. You see that? Stiff-arm didn't predicate that he couldn't make the tackle. He still held on.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's your number, Mel, right? 52?
You got that right.
That's why you liked it. 52, Portland Fleet making the tackle.
There we go.
So it's interesting, right? They have all three timeouts. They are still outside of field goal range, but they're showing patience, right? Now they're going quick, but, you're not necessarily seeing the no huddle, the spastic no huddle turn up field. Oh! Nice. And got out of bounds. Essentially, it looks kind of wonky, but essentially 35 is leading him out of bounds, right? Like he doesn't go up to make the tackle, but he kind of forces him to the boundary. It's not, it doesn't always look the best, but that's essentially what's happening, right? Because 82 wanted to get out of bounds to stop the clock, but really nice to not see him go out of bounds here, right?
No, exactly.
31 takes a bad angle, gives up the first down. Gets out of bounds. All three timeouts left. Minute 4 left. Empty. Tipped.
Oh, tipped.
I don't think I've ever seen so many bios come up in one half. I think that's our fourth.
Yeah, it is.
Roll out. Caught.
It's nice to see the rollout work,
Timeout.
right?
See? That's nice.
Yeah.
Reset.
Nice logic.
Yeah, every aspect of that was well and executed.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
basically
mean,
dropped back into deep coverage, and none of the routes went into the zones they were in. He could have done anything with that play, and he took the route that was the, deepest. And then the first opportunity, this is the first time in the last few plays that they've actually been in a position where they couldn't stop the clock unless they called a timeout.
good clock management. Got to give him credit on that.
Here's that play again. This time they ran a different play. Touchdown. Boy, that's really interesting. So they've run that formation now 4 times. The first 3 plays they tossed out to the fullback, right? Then this play they mix it up, and he threw a touchdown pass. Because that's with the fullback in the backfield again, Drew.
Yeah. And, this kind of like versatility, of course, this is replicated with a normal, halfback, single back scheme. But, I'm very happy. I think the second option where the halfback running like an in route was also open. And so I'm happy with this versatility and the creativity that this in this game.
$51 seconds and 3 timeouts. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I have not. In the first half, teams can be maybe a little bit more passive, right? You won't. They may just not take their timeouts, right? Just take the clock down and head to the half. I think it's all predicated on where you are on the field in specific AI situations. It's something that we're going to have to run through in situation mode, just so that everybody has an idea of what to expect. Because that thing that happens in 2K8 where they will they'll run all this no huddle, and then it's like you have timeouts, like why aren't you using them kind of thing?
Yeah.
That is
the hurry ups come at inopportune times.
I do see that. I have seen that in 2K4, but only in the first half. You don't see it in the second half, but I haven't really nailed down yet in what scenario does that mean. Now, that was a little bit of air on that.
Yeah, it was.
And they took a timeout. How about that?
There you go.
Don't forget the no-huddle craziness. This is a nice throw from Plummer. He steps back to avoid the rush right there. That buys him some more time. Look at that. Look at that hit.
Legitimate catch. Yeah. Good hit. Good catch.
Good wrap-up tackle right there. That looks smooth.
Beautiful on both sides. I personally don't mind the no huddle craziness, but I guess the most irritating part for most of us coaches is when it goes no huddle in the jumbo and running focus formations. Do you see that happen?
No.
In this game, or
no? I don't see that
it doesn't.
at all.
No huddle in the heavy fork sets.
Oh, he dropped it. No, so what happens is that essentially the game is taking its timeouts in the opportunities that it needs to stop, that it can't otherwise stop the clock. So what happens is that if you come out in first down and you're in like a kind of first down formation, right? If you can't get out of bounds, well, if you have timeouts, it's going to stop the clock, right? And so what that does is, he got popped. What that does is that it gives you essentially, it's like a 3-strike program, right? So it's giving you those opportunities for the AI to reset itself in those moments, but it's also resetting itself not on first down, but on second down and third down, right? So you don't end up getting stuck in a no huddle where you're in a first down formation. You end up getting into those second and third and long situations, and that was just a horrible series of throws from. I don't know if it's. I mean, is that corner? That's that same play that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Remember, we tried to throw that corner route and it was just all covered up.
Yeah.
That may be a play that people look at. Right, you're in some kind of 4 wide and you're running. It looks like a cross. Looks like both sides.
Looks
of the
like a
field
double
are
cross. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a double cross against whatever that coverage is just not working out. But yeah, back to the no huddle stuff. I mean, you saw there, because they took that timeout on. Well, I guess it didn't come up on first down, but it gave them an opportunity to reset themselves by taking that timeout when they needed to. Okay, watch this. Oh, it went in the end zone. Bummer. I wish it would have died so we could see. Mel, Drew, what time do you have to head out tonight?
I'm probably going to have to wrap it up pretty soon on this end. Got to get ready to put my kids to bed, and got to get my playbook in for tomorrow, or for tonight, rather.
Yeah, today's my day off, but I still do gotta turn in that playbook.
I may, if Chris Curtis is still watching this stream, maybe he'll join me for the second half, and we'll just watch this play out. That way you guys can get back to getting ready for next week. So
Absolutely.
So see how with 20 seconds left, right? They're up 10. I mean, they weren't really trying. They were pinned back.
Yeah, there's no panic.
Line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Play smart.
And they didn't call a timeout with 3 seconds left. They just let it run out.
Exactly.
I am sad to see that we haven't seen the Queen stack being used yet.
Yeah, we're still we did see the iTight M Flex that was added in, but yeah, we haven't seen that stuff yet.
Yeah, at least I'm getting a lot of those fullback, single back plays.
Right. 7 of 11, 86 yards, 13 attempts, 48 yards. These are good numbers. Wasn't the sexiest first half of football, right? But I mean, for the most part, you're getting 4 yards a carry, somewhere between 50 and 65% completions. That was a great camera angle to show that he was short. That ended up costing him 4 points, and then they do the player of the half, guy that caught the touchdown. There was one queen stack, Curtis? Are you sure? I don't remember seeing that. How did we miss that?
Yeah, I don't remember Queen stack. It's a very recognizable formation, though, so I trust Curtis did see it, but I didn't see it.
You said, yep.
Because when I looked away.
Maybe we were talking about something else. Do y'all play each other this season? Motor City and Portland?
No. We played last year.
Oh, you
Yeah,
played
we
last year.
played.
Who won that game?
Portland did.
Drew's getting his revenge, Mel.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't remember it. I do
Friendly
remember.
competition.
I do remember the indie game was significantly worse for my ego.
It's interesting that Motor City started the second half coming out in a toss, and it actually lost yardage, which we didn't see any of the second quarter, right? Maybe Portland adjusted.
Adjustments, yeah. Another thing I like too, you get line shifts. I don't recall line shifts in SFL if I'm not correct.
You talking
I don't
about
believe you
D-line?
do. Yeah, D-line. They shifted out. Like when you play these games and you tend to use your controllers, you can shift left, shift right, shift out, shift in. So it's kind of neat to see them do that independently.
Third and 13. Yeah, I see what you mean, Mel. They
See, just did it again. Yep.
Oh, good play.
Mm.
That's the dude that caught the touchdown.
Hey, he's trouble.
Was that number 80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that because that is Shane Kaufman's number.
102 yards, a touchdown, no picks for Stewart. QBR of over 100. On pace for 200 yards passing. Both teams have been, you know, and I've seen this often, right? Teams will sometimes get maybe a little run-centric, but obviously that's playbook conception as well. So... We've seen run, pass to open things up. My computer is once again...
Is it just me, or is it starting to slow down?
Hey, there's
a little?
Queen Stack. 3rd and 6.
Yep, there it is.
And... Oh! He
Nice
ripped him.
breakup. Yeah.
Yeah, I was starting to slow down a little bit. This is all still new for me as well, trying to figure out how to get the best settings of this. I saw a similar thing happen last night, a couple hours into the stream. It started to slow on me. But, yeah, here's that queen stack. So they're stacked up there. 86 runs a post. Look how Stewart is running away from the blitz. See the blitz out of the slot?
Yeah.
Watch him. He clears them out. Those two linemen, that looked ugly, but you like seeing the fact that Stewart ran away from that blitz, and because Stewart did that, he was able to complete this pass. Because he does not get that off. He barely got it off as it is. Look how the defender dove for him.
Yeah, he did. That's pretty cool.
And that's a really good ball from Stewart. And then 28 comes over and rips the ball out of his hand. How great is that? That's a pretty nice play right there. Chris Curtis, what's happening?
What's going on?
Gentlemen, if you want to take off, I have reinforcements.
If you don't, we can make
you don't have to. Here's
multiple-person
a punt return replay. You got 6, I guess.
Oh, thank you for having me
Yeah,
on.
I guess I
really-
guess you guys can summarize before you go. Drew, what did you think of the, I mean, very minimal time spent on building a book and seeing how it's all executed.
I mean, it's definitely going to be a long process if you want to have, every minute detail of it to your perfect liking. But man, I'm just really stoked about the benefits of just how many options you get to play with and experiment with. And obviously later down as seasons go, really build your team dedicated to what you want to do with these formations.
Roll out. Oh, good block pickup. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I'm happy these rollouts are looking nice.
Exactly.
Can you replay that and see what that right tackle is doing? Oh, good. That's amazing. Because in 2K8, if you're doing a rollout, like 80% of the time, the tackle on the rollout side will just not be in pass blocking. He'll just be, standing fully upright and allow the defensive end or linebacker to go by him without any attempt to stop him.
It's almost like here
So
he
seeing that-
shifts out, right? He kind of rolled out as well to
Yeah.
move with the play. And then Portis does a nice job of picking up the block.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's right there waiting for the rusher to come right at him.
He sidearmed
Yeah,
that
and-
pass too. That's a Jake Plummer throw. That's a sidearm.
Look, also, too, like this is a timing route. 80 is not complete. Like his route is not complete. But 80 also does not immediately stop what he's doing like he's magnetized to the ball either, right? So 80 continues his route and he turns around and what do you know, right? There's the ball. But the throw did not affect his ability to continue running the route, right? That's just a really nice timing route. And 23 is caught up looking, covering this other guy in the flat as well. Then comes over, makes the tackle.
43 has a hard time reading that ball out of Plummer's hand as well because of the aforementioned sidearm. If he goes an overhand throw, I feel like he's going to be a little bit more on top of that.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
you saw 43, he starts to the right as if that sidearm throw is going to the out route.
Yeah, it
And
almost
then he
fooled me.
realizes it's going over his head.
Yeah.
And he also isn't able to make a leaping grab
Correct.
and ruin this play. He's out of position because of the sidearm and the possibility of that being completed to the other receiver, and he makes that mistake, allowing that to be completed. So
That's awesome. I really enjoy that.
Mel, your thoughts, encompassing thoughts?
Overall, I like what I'm seeing. I like the play. I like the ability to see some differences. And again, I played this game eons ago, but we played it from a coach standpoint, not from a sim standpoint where we just pitted two teams against each other. So you had a little more control, but it just brings back memories. And I love the way the game plays. It's very fluid. The graphic enhancement has been awesome. And it's just been nice to see that it's going to add an element of coaching that all of us have probably been starving for, that we can kind of break out of it's always going to be copycat, right? There's going to be some of that because that's what football is. You're going to see people do something. Hey, I might try it. But what I like seeing more than anything else is the diversity that we're all going to have. And you might just see the ability of everybody kind of incorporating what they really enjoy coaching in this game. The 3 tight end set scenario is going to have a really, really good opportunity in this game too because of the way it plays. So kind of excited. to be honest with you.
He got crushed.
Yes, he did.
Urlacher again.
Urlacher, yep. I was just gonna say 54. Yeah, he's a magnet to the ball.
Plumber-
To your point, we haven't even seen the potatoes of the meat and potatoes of the playbooks, because
Right.
you start adding in formation and package subs.
Exactly.
And you find creative ways to get your playmakers the ball in game changing situations.
Correct.
That's something that we don't have in All Pro, and
No.
it aids creativity. It aids more football based thought processes.
Exactly.
Totally
And you see
agree.
this formation right here. You know, my mind immediately goes, I could sub all these wide receivers to tight ends
Correct.
out wide. And that played tremendously against, you know, anything like a bump defense where they can outmuscle their way through that.
Mhm.
And so that's what I'm looking forward to a lot as well. It's just having more creativity with those formation subs on top of the formations
Is a
that
heavy
were
match.
given.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that formation tonight.
Right. Yeah, we haven't
was-
seen that at all.
That was everybody.
Yeah, that's the one we added. I wonder if that was the strong ISO or the weak ISO. Because we only added the single back ISO plays from that formation.
What formation was that?
Left wing jokers.
Ah, yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong too. You know, with the ability to have
Holding on that
different.
ball too long.
Oh,
Oh, look at
got
that.
it.
Have different guys, you know, subbing into different formations. That's going to create matchup issues because it's not like the number one corner is going to automatically go play the number one wide receiver any longer. Correct?
Yeah, potentially, depending upon how you know, scouting your opponent. However, right,
Sure.
you could make the adjustments on your end as well.
Right. Exactly.
Can we just appreciate? First off, great pocket, right? Now he could have thrown that post, but he's not looking at the post. He went to check down, and then when he got back to it, he decided to take off and run. And his decision to slide, they mark it at the point of the slide, right? So that's a first down. But like, what a perfect like opportunity to pick up a first down.
Yeah. Nice way to finish the play.
Again, holding on to the ball a little bit too long, but nice route development.
I mean, he didn't have to get rid of it because the
Yeah, no
line
pressure.
did well again.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll get our dive into the end zone here. Mel, you gotta coach these boys up, man. They can't cover 80. Killing y'all.
Whose man
Who-
is that?
Who is that in for the Bears anyway? I don't recall.
Rod Smith, I think maybe.
That sounds right. This is Jax again. Weak ISO.
Fighting.
Yep.
No, actually, that wasn't Ajax. That was I load heavy with the
Okay.
offensive lineman out in the fullback position.
That's one you
Interesting.
added,
Okay.
right? Yeah, there he is. 74.
Nice.
And then the fullback is off to the right. So you get the
Oh, that's
lineman.
the fullback in the tight end spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So the lineman actually ends up with not much to block, but 35 missed the hole.
Hmm. Yeah, he did.
If he would have followed 74, he may have had a touchdown there.
You know what though? I wonder because you know this is how my mind goes. I wonder if there's a offensive lineman dive from that play somewhere.
Hmm. Oh, good
There's your
block.
toss play.
Walk.
Yep.
Dang, good job.
The Chief Eagle says, "I feel like these teams are running the ball too much and not as many shots down the field." So that's what we were kind of talking about. Like, what is in your playbook, right? And what is dictating the play calls? At this point, Motor City's up 20-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we start to see Portland take more shots down the field as the game wears on, as they begin to get more desperate? And do they have what's the ratio of plays that they have going down the field? Because if the game is let's say looking for a pass out of a certain formation and it has 6 to choose from and only 1 is deep, the odds may be lessened that you're going to actually get that play called. I don't know what y'all's experience is with, trying to figure that all out. Obviously, in the SFL, we have a rule now where you only just have to put 1 play in there. But outside of that, trying to, does it help to have a ratio, right? Is going to be something that's interesting to figure out for coaches.
Minston's got a point too. It depends on the ratings of the quarterbacks too. How comfortable are they going deep?
Yeah.
So with Plummer and Stewart, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call them hot garbage, but they were definitely, I'd say, second, sometimes even third tier in the quarterback skill department in this era. So and to your point, Cam, Motor City, them leading, they're gonna try to do what works, and if running the ball is successful, whether it be on toss plays, inside the tackle plays, they're gonna keep doing that if it bleeds down the clock.
It's a good point from Torillo. We're looking at this through an SFL lens where there are downfield shots all the time. We look at the stats right now. When you look at longest reception, I mean, we've had 1 catch over 20 yards. That's I would say that's probably low, right, Curtis? I think there's about 4 maybe per game. But we've also seen 6 different receivers catch a pass over 10 yards. Mm-hmm. It's not like we haven't seen it, but I mean, you're right. We haven't seen a ton of it. It's also the third quarter, and it's also books that may not have all that deep shot variety.
Well, I'm going to head out, gentlemen. Thank you for having me aboard. I'll definitely be watching the stream.
Yeah, good stuff. Congrats on the potential exhibition win here tonight. But
we'll see.
Good luck this weekend.
We'll see. Portland definitely is a second half team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they take a shot right now.
They're in a hole right now, 20-3.
No, they're gonna throw it.
They did.
As a shot.
And
yeah,
they got it.
There it is.
There might be a 25-yard pass.
Good hit at the end of that. That was a really nice look there.
I calls him like I sees him.
You did.
I'll take care,
call
guys.
All right.
Yeah,
see
you
man.
too.
Yeah, that's a 25-yard strike.
Oh, sorry guys. Just wanted to check on my computer.
That CPU though. There it goes.
Woohoo! Erlacher again. No,
You don't have your
Urlacher that
texture
time.
dumps on Cam, do you?
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Do I? No, I don't.
Okay.
Desktop Window Manager is putting a strain on my GPU at the moment. Not quite sure what that's about.
Do you have your emulator in full screen?
I do not.
Okay, try putting it in full screen. Even if it means it changes a little bit of the, you may have to change. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the aspect ratio on the screen.
Reason being is because when your graphics card is rendering multiple different desktops at once, it can cause a strain. So if you go full screen with an application, it eliminates one of the desktops it has to render.
Oh, very nice.
little IT knowledge.
It's always nice to have around here.
As always.
We have plenty of it. It's not certainly not just me. It's a there's a whole plethora of people that know what they're talking about as far as that goes. So
Well, gentlemen, on that 4th and 10, Cam, I really appreciate you inviting me in. It's been great to have the opportunity, and looking forward to all of what the new game is going to bring for us. Looks exciting.
Appreciate you, Mel. Take care.
By all means. All right, fellas. Have a good one now. Take it easy.
Man, desktop window manager is still killing me.
still chugging along.
Yeah. So what else can I do? Close some stuff?
I mean, depending on what you have open, if you have your any of your Adobe products open, you may want to close those for now. Okay.
Could it also be just because I also have 4 monitors at the moment?
That's why removing one of the desktops from being rendered might help that.
Yeah. See, typically I would only have 3 on a on a stream. So running 4 is probably just too much to handle.
Yeah, a little bit overkill, but yeah, it game looks good right now, so I mean, I wouldn't change too much right now. These will all have to be things you play with when you start adding big-time graphic packages and all that.
I think Doyle wanted to come in. You good with that?
Up to you.
Want to see some Doyle?
Do I want to see him? No, not particularly,
No,
but I'll hear him for a little while. That's fine.
Doyle, what's happening?
Wait, I hear you twice right now. Hold on. Mic check.
Yeah.
Yep, you get it.
How's it?
Pretty
Going
good.
fine.
What'd you think about what you've seen tonight?
That the quarterbacks for the Chicago Bears and who's the other team? Is it the Broncos?
Yeah, the Broncos, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The Bears and the Broncos
Look at those
probably have a
numbers.
very similar offense to the Fleet and the V8.
Cordell's 10 of 15 for 146 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, and he scrambled for a first down.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a pretty nice night.
Yeah,
Although
not
he is
bad.
winning
Not bad day at
20-3.
the office. But majority of the time, he's also been able to lean on his running game too.
Yeah, for sure, because they have found a pretty good dose of running game right now.
Oh, you're also streaming in Discord too, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Yeah, that's what we're watching off of.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on Parsec. I can kill the Parsec feed and watch on Discord though.
Yeah, you can kill Parsec. That'll probably help.
Yep. There you go. Let's do that.
But give me like 5 minutes, fellas. I'll stay on the call. I just gotta get off the headset for a second.
No worries.
There you go. Yeah, decent run. Motor City just continuing to pound the ball, and it's working. So why change it?
Yep.
262-pound fullback. Dang.
Look how he that was a nice replay there.
Yeah.
Multiple angles, showcase the blocker.
Mm-hmm. Nice player view, like to see what he sees, kind of thing. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. I like a little too much split backs for my liking, all told, but as long as it sees some variety with it.
There's that sweep.
Yeah.
It's just those sweeps in split.
Yep.
They're rough. They're a hard watch. Compared to all the other things that we have now that are a hard watch, I mean, it's not a huge loss.
No, and honestly, I mean, judging by the reputation of what the sweeps are showing, chances are good that most teams are not going to have that in their playbook under any circumstances.
Chirillo asked if we can change that replay circle to a different color. That's actually an interesting. That's actually an interesting comment because I do believe I've seen something like that in the broadcast packages. So I'll have to take a look at that.
Ooh, an empty. Okay.
Start of the 4th, empty. I think it's 3rd down, right?
It's 3rd and long too. It's over 10 yards. So this is a 5 wide set.
Got it.
There it is. Yep. Oh. Did he not get it?
He's hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, when somebody's hurt, they the scoreboard doesn't change until after the cut.
Okay. Fair enough.
The guy who made the tackle got hurt.
Mac, you may be correct. However, he says that maybe with a faster back it may work. Talking about the sweeps, it may work with a faster back, but you also have to have someone who's able to power through tackles, because on that sweep you have a minimum 2 defenders that you're going to encounter on those split back sweeps, because you're going from one side of the hash marks to the other to be able to make that work. So it really depends on the ratings of the back and the ratings of the defenders that are going to tackle him. But in testing in probably hundreds of sims at this point, it just typically does not work very well.
I'm interested to see the injury here, Curtis, because it looks like, right, he got him in like the neck or the shoulder. But I'd be curious to.
We're talking about the defender, right?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that injury actually was.
His body corkscrewed when he hit the ground. I'm thinking it might be something in his hip or something that, like when his shoulder twisted around, it might be something to do with the neck as well. Broken tackle.
They are just getting hammered on the ground. Look at the fans. Just not very happy.
Yeah, one of them in a Champ Bailey uniform.
Yeah, the fullback, 6 carries, 35 yards.
That's a good fullback day. If it continues to work, why stop it? So, I like that. Some fullbacks don't get 6 rushes in the season.
They've mixed it up between, you got split, you got high form, and you got weak eye, strong eye, and they've been in so many, they've had so many first downs and so many second downs where they're ahead of the sticks. Look at the difference Portland has 8 first downs. You're not going to win.
How many rushing plays? 116 yards for Chicago, but how many rushing
33
plays?
rushes, 18 passes. They've been up the whole game. On the flip side, 24 passes, 14 runs.
That makes sense. And what we're thinking, 63 is the average of plays per team, right?
Yeah. Now we're gonna see, like, Motor City's running back's gotten 26 carries, fullback's gotten 6, but you'll see in SFL competition that Stamina will put another running back out there.
Yeah.
Because 26. I get that he's a bell cow, but it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, he could end up with close to 36 or 40 at the end of this game based on that number. Especially if they remain up, which no reason to believe they won't.
If they give up a touchdown here, it's pretty much over. If they keep them to a field goal, then it's still a 3-touchdown game. But they haven't really proved much tonight that they're going to get there, and they just cannot. Look at this; they're just getting bowled over.
That's 1st and goal, and that is a ridiculous run. He dragged the defender like 4 extra yards.
But also at the same time, like, we're sitting here talking about, like, how amazing their run game has been tonight, how they've just worn them down. They're averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Like, it's nothing flashy. He's averaging 3 yards a carry. But it's just the identity. And Drew built his book. He put a bunch of heavy sets in there. That's how he built the book tonight. And,
they're going to say he got through. I don't think so.
I think he's short.
Yeah, it's not a booth review yet, so this will be a challenge play.
But, in before the game started, you can rewind the tape to see. This is Drew. Really, this is just how he is. He loves the heavy sets, loves the tight sets, and this sim has been reflective of that in how they have played, and that's what I like to see. You know, he didn't. It would be one thing if he would have added 10 gun formations, right, and spread everybody out and put a whole bunch of stuff in, but that's not what he did. He put in a bunch of heavy sets. We've seen them play to that identity all night long. Mac asked, how does a generic offensive lineman look against a player defensive line? We can look at the ratings of these players. Took that touchdown off the board. After the game is over. But I mean, it's just hard to say right now. Too early.
I mean, he's not a defensive lineman, but look at Brian Urlacher. Probably that'd be nice. One over the top.
Maybe. Shifting around. They have an uncovered fullback on the left side of the line. The game doesn't realize that. There it is. Dive into the end zone.
Yep. There you go. The to answer Mac's question a little bit, not really speaking of the defensive linemen, but looking at the linebackers, you have a star linebacker running around the place with Brian Urlacher. He's been wreaking havoc all day long against the offensive line, against anybody who tries to block him, against the quarterback. So star power is definitely going to matter, and the ratings are definitely going to matter in that. I would venture to say that the offensive line of Motor City has been bullying around Portland. And I'd be curious to see what the comparison is between the two of them.
Look at that drive. You want to talk about finishing off an opponent. 12 play, 80-yard. And it wasn't all heavy stuff. I mean, they went in that empty, and they converted the third down. You know,
Yeah.
It's good play. You can really see how the grass is tearing up the midfield logo now.
As it should be between the 30 and the 30.
Yeah.
Hard to believe there's still 8 minutes left in this game.
Hard to believe that Doyle's been clamoring to join the call all week long, and then he does, and then he, it's crazy. How long does it take off a headset? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So he audibles, then he sends a guy in motion. Throwing. And
Straight up missed his throw. He was hurried, though.
Just missed it. Off target.
Minson calling out Doyle, too. True.
I think Mac is looking at offensive linemen and defensive linemen through the lens of how the SFL rules are today. We may see that because we don't have star players on the offensive line, that we either need to boost or like in terms of what those generic linemen are ranked, taking like. We need to stop thinking about the SFL as like generic players and start thinking about all positions as being people. Now, obviously, we're not there yet, but that's where we're trying to get to. So, having a situation where, we're ensuring that players are up to, rating standard based on how the game plays, right? We don't want to have a bunch of horrible offensive linemen out there because it makes games unwatchable. So there's always a way to tweak things to match what is needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And if the offensive linemen need a boost to be able to make it something that's competitive, then that's
while we wait for actual players.
Right.
Oh, Sit
Nice
down.
stiff arm. That was on a Marshawn Lynch stiff arm. That was a get off me.
You back, Doyle?
Yeah, I'm back. I would also like to publicly apologize in advance for any of the absolutely crazy and chaotic suggestions Jack Brown or I suggest. To be included, but not
Just
only.
make sure you put your name on the suggestion, and they will be filed in the appropriate round filing cabinet.
Yeah, but I'm saying like like the moment that somebody was like grass can be edited, both of our heads were like colored turf. And but yeah, so
Very college of you.
Yes, very college of you. Want to go to a college league?
hey, all I can say. But then I also had the idea of rather than just having it always green or always a color, you could have it green, and then like if you wanted a blackout or something, then you make the grass black.
Yeah, you gotta grab that.
That's Shannon Sharp.
That is Shannon
I
Sharp.
believe that is Shannon
Too
Sharp.
busy, John.
You get a hold of Skip Bayless. He ain't gonna let that go.
Come on, Shannon. Someone should tweet that to him.
Flip it and tweet it. Do it. Yep.
The Grizzlies are 0-5 since that moment. So sad.
Yes, I do remember when O'Neal made all the fields blue. We were trying to find a grass texture, and we were trying to eliminate possibilities, and that's what we were doing. Oh, Plummer!
Nope, there goes Plummer. He's got a first down. He got to dive though.
Oh,
Slide. Ooh,
put his
man.
shoulder in there.
Put his shoulder down.
Dude just hit him with a diamond cutter.
Portland's trying it. This has definitely been their best drive of the night. 3 runs for 23 yards tonight.
Get the stiff arm.
Watch Plummer get freaking diamond cutter. Yeah, that's out of nowhere. I love it.
But also, Cameron, did you know that I met Andy Hamilton at the Jaguar playoff game?
You were there with him?
Yeah, like I saw him before the game. I was like, I introduced myself and whatever. But it was just so weird because like I didn't even expect to see him, and then like I walked by the door that said like NFL media, and then he walked in like a minute later, and I was like too far away, so I literally like camped out in like 30-degree weather in the shade. It felt so cold, but I'm like, I'm not leaving before I can see, because it's like in like this wind tunnel practically. But I just like sat down, so I wasn't like completely suspicious to like the security person standing at the door. And then he walked out, and then I just like introduced myself and whatever. But apparently somebody else was supposed to see him that day, so it was like 2 people had mentioned that they were going to the game. But yeah,
Interesting. Good ball.
I'm really curious to look up ratings for 66 and 62 on this line, because I mean they've just been worked.
No
pretty
better
much.
time than the president if you want.
Pretty much all day.
You just got to put yourself on the side of Denver.
But I'm watching football now.
Okay. Well, let's do it after the game.
Jake Plummer is still back,
Oh, Urlacher.
Yep.
and
Saw that
it's
coming.
done.
Yep. Urlacher back in coverage. That's a. He either goes for the sack and gets it, or he goes back in coverage and gets a pick.
Is he like a 99 in this game, or is he not to
Pretty
that
sure he
level
is,
yet?
yeah.
7 tackles and a pick. Nothing too crazy.
Good day at the office.
Tough break on the simulation of the 2 playbooks, though, because would have been nice if we would have gotten a more competitive game tonight, but that's what happens in live football.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these
Never
teams
know.
were practically smash mouth by this point anyway.
Yeah.
So
let's
I'm fine with it.
We're dipping on here a little bit anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking I'm fine with it. Go options. And sorry.
I was going to exit out of the game and look at it in the rosters.
I gotcha.
279, 240. I mean, both teams by the end of this game would probably be at 300 yards. It wasn't the prettiest game, but it wasn't, It wasn't anything insane. This is what I was talking about with Motor City being Smash Mouth. I mean, they've only had 6 third downs tonight. What's crazy is that Denver's only had 4. They just haven't been on the field very much. Doesn't feel like they've been moving the ball. 48 to 55, but yeah. Three turnovers, 14 points off turnovers. I mean, that's been the game.
There's a 5-minute difference in time of possession. Too.
Yeah.
So that makes
So
sense.
let's look at those ratings.
Also, I guarantee someone's going to use the first-person football for like some media or some type of thing for their own team or whatever.
Kind of disorienting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, like for like the little intro or something.
Right.
Plumber, 78 overall.
Okay, so center's an 89. Wow, the guard's an 89. Not too shabby.
Go through their actual ratings.
So it organizes it by, what.
Yeah.
So they got 93 run block, 81 pass block.
52 speed.
93 run block, 82 pass block, 53 speed, 67, 69 strength. And then if you go to Motor City's defensive line, 78, 76, 81, 79, right? So those linemen should have been able to perform better, but that can speak to the potential that we need to have some talent on that line, because they need some help. I haven't seen the whole defensive line doesn't seem to have a very big impact on games. I definitely didn't see that tonight, because they look great.
Yeah.
Des White was the guy that Portland couldn't cover. 78.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Rod Smith. That's right. He was on Portland.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to see on Playbooks before we call it a night?
Did you go over like formation subs? I wasn't here for like the first hour.
Not yet.
We went into it briefly, but there's so much to do. There's so much that you can do with them that we'd be in the weeds for hours.
Can we do a random scenario?
Sure.
Put
it
at like
to check out weather anyway.
Yeah. But put it at like the 40-yard line with 1 second left.
Okay.
Okay.
I can put 5 seconds.
Or
That's
yeah,
best I can
whatever.
What's
Still a.
So we're gonna put it at the
Oh wait, or whatever team's
home's
getting
got
the ball.
Yeah, it's on the away team 40. 5 seconds left. What's the score?
They're down by 4,
All right.
so 17.
You're trying to get one Hail Mary in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how it looks.
Really? It random to the team we've been doing all night, and then to another team we don't have.
Yeah.
You wanted to see? Do you want to see weather now? We can always run it.
It don't matter.
Okay,
Whatever we can do.
let's do Doyle's scenario first.
Okay. Yeah, I know you were mentioning weather earlier. You wanted to see how it looked in situation mode.
I've seen a lot of random scenarios, but I've not seen one where it's kind of like do or die.
Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Some kind of Hail Mary.
Yeah, I was just saying the running back is with him. That looks a little bit different. He's blocking.
That's just
too.
a extra.
Oh, they caught the timeout in.
That's
Are you kidding me?
That's what I was hoping for, though.
So they ran. So they ran the play. They got to the 22, They had enough time to stop the clock with 1 second left.
And
He
now
was
they have
not
enough
even-
time to
there's
take a shot.
no
at
way
the
he
end
was
zone.
down, but okay. We'll take it.
And now they don't go Hail Mary.
Well,
Nope.
yeah, because that's 21, so you're going to do like a
Well,
seam post.
Before we let it go, you said there's no way he was down.
No, I'm saying, like, it didn't look like he was down before they called the timeout. It looked like that was where they called the timeout. Like, it was just instant, and you never see it instant.
That's his, yeah. So they called, I guess because the replay stopped, that's when they called the timeout?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's
And
not
you-
down, but there's also 2 seconds left on the clock, not 1.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
but that was pretty crazy.
But I like that game logic, though, of,
They
like,
caught
going
it,
for the
yeah.
quick.
So then they get one more playoff.
Probably a deep post or a seam. Oh,
Oh!
there they go.
Oh, they got him!
Oh man, that actually was a lot closer than I had it to be. They go play action on
Run
the
it back.
last play of the game.
Run it back.
Are they really gonna run it from the 22 to see if they can get a game-winning touchdown there? That's okay.
Well, you do see quite a bit of play action there. Like, I
Not
don't
on the
mind.
last play of the game.
Doug
you're down by
Peterson
4?
has changed my opinions on these things. I've seen the stupid play action bootleg to the tight end for like a 3-yard gain with like 2 seconds left so many times.
And that's a tight end back there with him. It's 85. It's not a running back.
Okay, there for blocking them for sure. Blocking only.
Oh,
We caught it again.
same idea? Oh my.
Yeah.
Same
Still got it away.
situation.
So if you're within like I guess probably between 4 and 7 seconds, it still won't lock you in to just throwing the ball downfield. So it is a little bit more lenient than 2K8
Let's
because
see
I
what-
believe
let's see what we
2K8's
do
7
here.
seconds.
Oh, he dropped it.
Gut wrenching, bro.
Ah.
Gut wrenching.
Okay, so let's see. Right, you have 3 timeouts left. So let's go 10 seconds, right? And let's see
Yeah.
what they call.
They probably go short here if I had to
Because
guess.
you have all 3 timeouts left.
This is where we get into the weeds.
Well, I mean, the league has done.
We need to see this.
Yeah, we've done
We all-
lots of situation testing, and
We
the
already know.
teams- It's important that the teams do it as well.
Thomas Pattern and he's already on this, guys. We're just a step behind.
So they called a timeout. 6
Yeah,
seconds.
no, 6 seconds. So now they're gonna go like that seam route again. If it doesn't work, they'll still have a second left.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Or they'll let the route develop a little bit more because they have the extra second.
He caught
Same
it
idea.
again. Wow. That's 3 for 3.
I almost want to see the Jaguars playbook in this, because like the Jaguars playbook is so weird.
Well, do you remember who they had at quarterback back in 03-04, which is when this was
David
Rodgers were made? Was it
Garrard.
David
Or wait,
Yeah.
or was it
was
still
either Garrard or
Brunel?
Leftwich?
No, Leftwich was Sue. Was past this time. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
tipped.
I know Freddie T's the running back. Oh, but so now let's.
Cam, put it to 5 seconds, kill all the timeouts, and have them do an actual memory.
Yeah,
They're just gonna.
we're in the weed, fellas.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna do the
Yep.
same thing, and they're just not gonna have a timeout. And the game's gonna end. At the end of the day, though,
Yeah.
don't you want? I mean, you want a play like this that has that has such a low percentage of working, like in a regular. Oh, look at that!
He tossed it up.
He
He aired it out.
He
Hold
aired
on.
it out because he didn't have any timeouts left.
Yeah.
So he actually took the shot.
I believe that was a one-handed catch.
It was.
Oh,
But you see
make sure
that? You see how the game logic changed without the timeout in there?
I thought they were going to go try something like to get out of bounds. That was my initial thought.
And for anyone thinking that they're just spamming the same play, I believe it's a playbook roster thing rather than just a same thing. Oh wow,
Caught
he
it.
actually got.
But see, he's too
Yeah,
far
decent enough.
away.
Yeah, but it might be the quarterback too. I don't know who.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Which team is
Baltimore's
this? Kansas
based on
City?
This is Kansas City. Trent Green.
Fifth floor or Trent Green? Yeah,
Okay.
I knew
Yeah.
Trent.
But it's really interesting to see, like,
I mean, he's still airing at 30 yards downfield.
yeah. And he's not getting sacked. Well, that time it was incomplete. Now what's
But it was
he
a
gonna
faster
do?
throw.
So incomplete pass, 1 second left. Probably run it again, right?
Yeah, run something like it.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if they don't have an actual empty play at this point. Like if they have to have a running back there based on their playbook.
It's a Hail Mary. It's the Hail Mary formation. I think they have the extra guy in there to block. Caught again.
Wow.
It's short.
Yeah. Well,
Now, does that change if it's the away team? And then go to home team's 40? No, go back to the on the timeouts. Give them their timeouts. I want to see like the game logic. And then 10 seconds. Oh wait, you're fine. You're fine. Fine. We can run this. I just want to see if there's any difference, whether it's away or home. Is that Peyton Manning?
Yes.
interesting. Okay.
It's the blue face mask.
Oh, he broke a tackle.
But now that one was sus.
Yeah.
That one, he got hit with a second left, and
It's almost like because the game is recognizing that you have a timeout left.
yeah, it's just stopping it early. Yeah, because it's clearly, and he might barely be down, but there's tenths of a second left at that point.
Right. I agree.
It's what's crazy about when you play the new NBA 2Ks, they have like an actual decimal for
Right.
inside 10 seconds.
Oh, bad play there.
Yep.
Run it
Yeah.
back. He can do
Alright.
better with Marvin Harrison. I want to see a Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, or who's their other guy? They had two. Reggie Wayne. What a fitting team to give the 2003 Indianapolis Colts. Roll out. Deep. Down with 5 left. Okay, they waited a second to call timeout. Strange.
Yeah, it's almost like it's kind of like the whole NBA rule with Derek Fisher, like where they basically say like, okay, you have to have if there's less than 0.4, like it's impossible. It's almost like the game is saying that like with 5 seconds left, you can get this play off in 4 seconds, right? And so it tries to.
Yeah. He got bad animation led to him.
But if
You
I
hurt
were
too.
if I were to set it to 4 seconds, right, the game would
Yeah.
probably air it out rather than like
Immediately.
because it knows it cannot execute this play in less than 4 seconds. You know.
Yeah.
We can run your weather thing if you want now.
It's up to you, Kip.
Yes. Indeed. Let's do it. Why not? Run Jackson. Whoever has Jacksonville, I want to see their playbook.
Well, I don't think we're going to be looking much at playbooks for this one. It's just be a matter of what the weather looks like, I think.
that was interesting. Tulsa. All tell, baby. Light rain. Heavy rain. Yeah.
Interesting.
This is average day in Florida, bro.
The real
I want to
test
see
will
what it
be
looks like
here.
on broadcast cam. Yeah, extra fog there.
But, I mean, it seems clearer to me.
Yeah.
It's
this-
pretty accurate for rain.
This 4 desktop thing is killing my computer. It's very upset with me. Let's see if I can...
Everybody looks a little bit more sluggish.
I'm going to turn one off and see if that helps.
Okay. The added weather effects are also going to add a bit of a strain on your GPU as well.
Right. Right.
So
I think that's what's happening. I think that's what you're seeing right now.
mhm.
So they took that time out, right? And they
Yeah.
haven't run there. He ran the Hail Mary there. Oh, he caught it, and they're out of time.
Yep.
Dave access tight play right there. One hand grab, but it's just too late.
So
Everyone's getting the
we've
strays right
seen
now.
a couple things. Textures are still look pretty good in the rain, so that's good news.
Yeah. I love the flag, by the way, in the Jacksonville Stadium. Like the fan flag in both end zones.
Mhm.
Mm. Now, I'm wondering, does every stadium... Yeah, like, that's why I was wondering, like, does every stadium have its own settings when it comes to certain things?
Like what?
Like, so let's say you're in Buffalo and it's snowing versus you're in Tennessee and it's
No.
snowing.
It doesn't have that.
Okay.
You have a snow and you have I think you might have a heavy snow, but it's not going to be location specific.
I know the old NCAA's have that. Like, heavy snow in Georgia is always like drips. Also, everyone was saying that Brunel is a QB.
That's what snow looks like.
Okay,
I mean,
that's not too shabby.
you could see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is heavy snow, so...
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're looking at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. I'm glad we did this, because that's a cool scenario.
Yeah.
Will. But at the end of the day, you're trying to score, right?
Yeah.
Who
you're
likes
trying to get-
who likes the 1% chance at a Hail Mary actually being caught in the end zone? And they do the Hail Mary too early, right?
Mhm.
So at least this way, if you are running it and you are actually able to execute, right? Like,
Yeah.
Well, then it gives you one last shot, right?
Yeah.
It actually gives you a chance. I just wanted to see with if
The
you were at
Jags.
the away team's 40 with maybe away team's 30, 10 seconds.
No, you're gonna need 20 for that. Or 15.
You have all 3 timeouts.
Because you're having to drive 70 yards down the field. You're not gonna be able to do it in less than 20 with AI.
I think my computer's had enough of me tonight.
Tell it whatever.
Oh, so he tried to take a shot.
Wait, hold on, wait, no, keep going, keep rolling. They have all 3 timeouts.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So imagine you're Queen City. You just threw the game away, but you have 3 timeouts, and you're only down 4. So
Hey, wait, I think we've seen this before. Queen City in Vegas a couple weeks ago.
that's what I was saying.
That's where he was going with it. Yeah, Tulsa cannot take knees because, well, are they going to?
They will.
They're gonna try, yeah.
Because game logic wise, there's a higher chance of a fumble than 3 kneels and a field goal.
Wait. Why did they
It
take
took them
so
3
long?
seconds to take a time out
Yeah,
there.
why did they take so long to take that?
Oh my lord.
Don't rush greatness, fellas. We're just seeing all the end of game logic right now. So
Again.
it's 3 seconds to take a time.
It's almost like, again, like the Hail Mary play being 4 seconds.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
almost like a knee is 3 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's just in there like that.
Yeah. And I guess like you know, it kind of does make sense. Like at least 2 or 3 seconds get run off every.
Well, right. I mean, players will typically like stand there, like they'll stand there for a while before they take the knee. It's just that it's taking the knee a little earlier. Okay, so
Yeah.
Queen City's out of timeouts. They've exhausted the clock.
And I mean, honestly, if you're having to wait on this, wait a minute. Huh?
they're punting.
They're gonna kick a field goal. Oh,
No,
they're
they're
punting.
punting.
They're punting.
They're punts.
They're punting
Yeah,
to kill the
I saw.
time.
I saw
Okay.
the long snapper.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's game over.
They killed the
Interesting.
time, and then they
Um,
booted out of bounds. And he almost dropped it too. And then that's it.
That
That's
is
the end of the
so
game.
funny.
That okay? So I
That's
like
so
that logic.
funny.
That's smart.
Run it back.
That's crazy, right? I mean, it's
You have less than 0, or they have almost a 0% chance. of
why in
what happened?
Punt the ball out of bounds.
Why in heavy wind and snow would you ever try to kick a field goal off 4? You wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Caught, timeout.
Yeah. So every play that's not inside that little 5-6 second margin will be a like 1 second timeout.
Right.
Interesting.
EJ had told me to look at this stuff.
Oh, timeout.
Oh, okay. Timeout with 11 seconds.
Did
So
the
you got
defender get a hand on that before he caught it?
replay. I don't think so though. I think the way he threw it, it went right over him. Yeah,
Boy.
perfect.
He tried though.
Yeah, that was a tight window.
Sorry to the folks watching the live stream. I'm getting about 44 frames per second. That's why you're seeing a little bit of slowdown.
On the I'm watching the other stream on half my screen and it looks fine.
Okay, well that's good.
Oh, I love that.
Timeout.
They're not gonna call it. Yeah.
No, they did last time.
They only had the one timeout, so they let the clock run a little bit more.
So now they
Than
gotta,
beforehand.
now they got nothing left. But they called them all. They
Yeah.
didn't hold on to one for
Right.
no reason.
And they could realistically take a
Don't
shot
worry.
at the end zone here.
Boy, if they called a play to the sideline, that would be ideal.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to see what the route up top is. If it's just another streak or
Oh, he threw.
Oh
it.
my
Oh, way overthrew it.
God.
He tried to get it to him.
Jeez,
That's a
that was a
bomb.
laser. I'm almost done.
Well, I've been in here for. I've been on this live stream for almost 4 hours.
Yep, makes sense to me.
Hey, the grind don't stop. I would like to see that specific thing just flip the other way. Cause I'm trying to see like
I mean, they ran go routes. That's what you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a Hail Mary formation, but it was just a different
take on
different
it.
setup, and he just sealed
Yeah.
it through.
Yep. And that could be ball slipped out of the hand. That could be a number of things.
Weather.
Snow. So yeah, that's not a surprise. I like it.
So show Tulsa, or wait, oh, you already got it
Show
on
what?
here. I wanted to see like Tulsa, or not? Yeah, I want to see Tulsa driving down the field and see if there's a difference in the home and away production. Even though I think here
You
it
can do
would
that
be
on
the
your
fact that I can do that on my.
Agreed.
I'll figure it out. So, I love the little pitter patter though, the snow. The receiver ran to the side, so there's a lot more snow on the off the middle.
Right.
Jimmy, no. This is a what what stadium did you use for this one?
It's Jacksonville.
I'll tell.
It's Jack. Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter where the stadium is. It just matters
Yeah.
what weather effect we put on it.
They were just saying it was funny that there was snow in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this much snow in Jacksonville would be apocalyptic.
Hey, Damond, you make a joke, but it almost snowed on
Screen,
that play.
screen.
There you go.
W.
He
Get
could have
out.
gone out of
Okay.
bounds, and he should have.
That's surprising. That's really the first time I've seen where they didn't, where he didn't try to get out. Maybe because they're down 4
He thought the yards were more important than
Yeah. and they had timeouts.
because he would have to get out way earlier there. He wouldn't have been able to gain the extra 5 yards. Because any other spot, he gets pushed back and the clock still rolls. Assuming that this game has that logic, I don't know if you get pushed back, that if it still rolls.
There you go.
Oh. Nope.
Nope.
They're still fine though, because there's only gonna be one chance or like one play with the timeout. So now if you're a Queen City faithful, you're gonna want to get it about 20 yards downfield, call a timeout, then run another play. Who is Queen City, by the way?
Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Oh,
Well,
you mean the actual team? They're the Raiders.
Oh, they're the
It's
Raiders.
Rich Gannon.
Beautiful. Why'd you after Marcus Russell when you have Rich Gannon? Come on.
Hail Marys seem to almost be like a means to an end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it does the job to get you down the field, but it's not necessarily winning you football games either.
Yeah.
Just gonna launch it. Prayer.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, no answer. I think one of the things with what you're saying though is that I'm not sure what Rich Gannon, Trent Green, or the other guy, what their pass strength is, but with our juiced quarterbacks or whatever, and their juiced receivers and whatever, that you'll see more completions downfield. Probably.
We'll see. I jury's out. I think because we know next to nothing about the how the ratings are going to work yet. So we'll hold on to that for another day.
Well, either way, good stuff, Doyle. That was a good scenario test to run through, and I think we're gonna call it here tonight, folks.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a fun stream. Thanks everybody I'll timestamp this video as well to, we went through some scenario modes and we did some playbooks and ran some sims and saw some cool things. So appreciate y'all hanging out tonight, and good luck everyone this weekend during games. We'll see you then.